We're
Let's
live,
go.
by the way.
Oh, awesome. Wow, that's okay.
Yeah, I
Bree
feel
is
like
awesome.
that's a good
Yeah.
face of the franchise.
Yeah, and there's another, couple roles open I'm getting close to, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm going to do a work trial.
Do you
How
have
do
any
you feel
other
about work trials, Steven?
second adventure, or this is just
Oh, yeah.
give a backlog?
Should we rehash the adventure? So we're talking about going to Havasu Falls.
Wait, did you say Havasu?
It sounds way
Isn't
better.
it Havasu?
Oh, that's too white. Well, what is it? Isn't it a tribal land? How would they say it?
I don't know. Everybody just always says Lake Havasu.
Do we have to recognize the tribes that have lived there
You're the
before?
American Indian. You're the native.
Are you?
You didn't know it was
I
Native American?
think I did. I think I did.
Okay, come
Yeah.
on.
Did you get the stimmy check?
This-
How do you people say
Bonus piece of lore.
Havasu?
Bonus piece of lore. I used to
Havasu?
dance in powwows as a kid. It was definitely
Wow.
mildly racist.
Wow.
Wait, so do you get the stimmy check?
No, my tribe is incredibly poor.
Oh, that's what it's based on.
No casinos.
It's not like a federal.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so Havasu or Havasu? I like Havasu.
This is like Gazure all over.
So you you hike down 10 miles into the Grand Canyon, surrounded by waterfalls, nothing there other than you and your homies, and very, very limited number of, it's not like a site. It's just like you just kind of go. And then you're there 3 nights. It must be 4 days. And then you hike out, and it's like bucket list beautiful. Like
No
if you're
service, right?
No service. You gotta bring down everything, all our food.
That's gonna be crazy. There's like no
It's gonna be amazing.
like it's gonna be like dried food,
imagine the
dehydrated
stars.
food.
I'll cook for you.
Who do you think would struggle the most out of all of us in like a no service environment?
Me.
I think equal odds across the board.
Yeah, no, probably Nick.
I'm just like, I just want to know if I refresh. I just want to
He's
refresh
gonna
one last
offline-
time.
He's gonna figure out a way to offline download like a satellite connection of.
It'll be
nobody's
fine.
bringing Starlink.
Okay, no Starlink to say. Well, strap the Starlink to a backpack.
You said that.
Hmm?
I was thinking about it until you said that.
Yeah.
We're just doing like Easter egg convos for the people who discover the live stream first at this
Yeah,
point.
totally. Dude, I loved having the Ray-Ban Metas on my trip. It was amazing. I took so much footage and fun stuff. It's just so easy.
Some
No
POV
phone.
footage.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was I was zipping around on a Lime scooter in Denver. I was just recording.
That's fun.
It was
Great
fun.
footage if you fell.
No, that wouldn't be great.
What kind of fish did you? What kind of fish did you catch?
It's all rainbow and brown.
And
Mostly.
catch and release, right? All of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing for dinner. Can't keep one for dinner.
These sportsmen I'm with are not into that stuff. I kept talking about cooking one up, and they were like, no, you just gotta send them back where they can. They're big sportsmen. I wanted one fatty rainbow for dinner, but
What'd you guys cook for dinner out in the camp?
everything: ribeyes, burgers, tri-tip, a lot of meat.
All right, so eating cows is cool.
A lot of cows.
I think it's the method of catching the fish. The fly fishing is almost considered unfair. Unfair advantage.
versus
Dude, fly fishing is hard.
sneaking up on the back of a cow and just popping it.
No, you actually just put it in the machine. It just walks in the machine and.
Oh God,
We ate a lot.
I need to be a
actually.
vegan.
I'm on a clean diet right
If we
now.
go to Havasu, I don't think we're eating ribeyes and
I was-
burgers.
Well, we can bring a stove, but that would be heavy and
It's
big.
so heavy.
Yeah.
So heavy.
What
We'd
if
have
we
to bring
brought
like
a portable pizza oven.
we could bring a jet boil
I have
with
one of those.
one cast iron, and then we could actually cook. But you can't bring anything perishable because
Yeah.
what are we gonna
for days. Yeah.
yeah
Sandwiches.
a lot of PB and J,
PBJ,
chili.
jerky.
Chili's easy.
We could warm up some chili.
Oh, let's not forget water this time. So water.
David.
I remember when he opened his little filter bottle thing, and he was like,
Oh god.
"Shit!"
He looked directly at me like, I fucked up.
It was like the filter was missing or something.
Yeah, we missed the filter on the water filter, and thankfully Eric had backup Boy Scout iodine tablets.
Iodine tablets.
They
yeah.
were probably expired.
We might have needed to airlift out if you didn't have that.
We still didn't have enough water.
Oh, all right, boys.
Nick, you got to tag people when you post the pod link.
Oh.
You can't just pop it. People need the little thing on their phone, you know?
Pop
Okay,
it.
here, I'm
Got it.
doing it
I'm
now.
doing it right now.
Okay.
I'm doing it right now for you.
So who's gonna have some mezcal with me?
I would
already in.
like I would
Okay.
like some, but I don't have a cup. Are those shot glasses clean?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow, that was thank
Question
you.
mark.
yeah.
I mean,
Just a little dust.
yeah,
A little dust never hurt nobody.
because we have a dishwasher in the office, so it's probably had some like
Get those. I brought those. Those are clean.
chapitos.
With the no, that's for that. Take that one, Steven.
Oh,
with
shit.
the leather on it.
for the Baiju.
Yeah, I'm actually having dinner tonight with
This one.
someone I had dinner with in China. He flew
Yeah.
out.
Oh wow.
Well, actually, I'm not gonna bring it. I don't want to drink that shit.
Where are you guys going?
Anime,
Oh yeah, very nice.
Asian fusion.
fancy Asian.
What happened?
One of the guys I've had dinner with in China, he's coming out. He came to San Diego, so
Wait,
we're gonna
tonight?
take. Yeah, tonight. I'm leaving you
Jesus.
immediately after the pod, as
fucking
quickly
guy.
as possible.
Unbelievable.
All right, what kind of mezcal do we got there?
I don't know. Someone brought it to my birthday, so I brought it.
Well, the food and beverage channel would like to know.
Okay.
It is Montelobos.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Pretty good.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
General.
Organic and sustainable.
smoky-
I think it's a general. Yeah. It's a
I think
general
it's
purpose
got-
espadín.
Is that a wolf?
Looks like.
Is it a coyote?
Looks pretty wolfy.
Pretty
pretty
sure
wolfy.
Lobos means wolf.
Montelobos.
Someone paid
Is that
attention.
like Mount Wolves?
Mm-hmm.
Mountain of the Wolves.
Okay.
From
Spicy.
Oaxaca.
I just took my last Z-Biotics. Got to reorder.
Well, I forgot to take them today, so.
Well, speaking of,
Yeah, there we go.
go to zbiotics.com/alfalfa. Don't run out of your pre-alcohol. If you use the code alfalfa at checkout, you get 15% off. And they'll give you your money back if it doesn't work. The pre-alcohol is what you take before you have your Montelobos tequila mezcal there. And what else are you drinking?
Went with the
Golden
hard-
State cider.
hard cider today.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a hell of a combo. You have high noon and mezcal.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, so you take it a few hours before you start drinking, and takes care of that nasty toxin
Acetaldehyde.
that makes you feel like shit in the morning when you drink. It just sits in your gut there and just destroys everything. So the pre-alcohol probiotic takes care of that for you. It's the first genetically engineered probiotic. We all take it. We have for a very long time, and a lot of listeners of the pod have enjoyed it as well and shared all their newfound love for Z-Biotics. So yeah, go to zbiotics.com/alfalfa. Use the code alfalfa. It lets Z-Biotics know that you heard it from us and get you 15% off. So thanks, Z-Biotics, for sponsoring the pod.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Off the cuff, Nick.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I rehearsed 7 times now. All right, guys. I did not look at the cards, but I know one topic. Who's wearing jeans? Armand's wearing jeans.
Denim, yes.
You're wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn the
those
American
good
Eagle
jeans?
jeans?
No, but I know someone who has.
Oh, who?
My good friend Eric Johansson.
I'm a big American Eagle guy.
Big.
Have you been since like grade school or?
big American Eagle guy.
No, but I don't know what.
Only when he goes to frat parties.
I don't know what just happened. So Armand's younger brother is still like living like a frat boy, essentially.
Not anymore, but
Yeah, but he was like, this was like probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like Mina bought me like a plain white T-shirt that was like American Eagle brand. It just had like a tiny little logo of the eagle in like the bottom left corner. Like it's not like in your face. And I walk into this frat party with Armand's younger brother, and some guy sees me immediately. He's like, "Nice shirt, faggot."
In the party?
Right when I walk in, I was like, "Damn, okay,
back to high school.
yeah."
Real quick.
Wow. So
Yeah.
did you buy more?
Well, I was telling Eric on the call yesterday, I was like, dude, that was the bottom. Like, that was it.
So you got called the F word.
I got called the F word, and he was pretty funny about it, you know. And I was laughing. It was like a good vibe, you know. But I haven't worn it since. I think it's like scarred me a little bit. If I find like an American Eagle retail shop, I'll like take a photo in front of it these days just to show Saman.
I kind of want to sport it now for some reason.
Yeah. So, is there something that happened that makes you want to sport it?
Nothing I can think of. Nothing I can think of.
Play the clip.
Okay.
Wait, Nick, is our audio working?
Maybe.
Are you last second doing the audio?
Maybe. Just play the clip.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney, Hasbro jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
Great jeans.
Now, can you go to the next tab over and go to
Armand, you gotta
Armand,
cool
are you
down,
okay?
bro.
Not that one. Sorry. Next
sweating.
tab over.
I don't have an American Eagle tab.
Nah,
with
just
him.
keep going.
I just have.
Okay, next one. Next one. Oh no, is it
Nope.
deleted?
Nope. What do you need?
Oh
Did
no,
you
there's
lose
an
the
image.
tab?
There's an image I pulled up.
Damn, did we close
No.
it?
Closed
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh no.
Production help.
Oh no.
Oh wait, we are the
Is
production.
this?
Oh, anyway, it was
Images?
American Eagle's response.
Which we didn't know if it was real.
I don't know if it's real, but it's still
Nobody
funny
This
enough
one. This
to.
one. This one.
Is that the response? That might be the response.
That is not the response.
Oh, damn it.
Here,
No, it's right
I'll
there.
read it out.
Looks like it.
That one is it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Zoom in more.
We're just spreading misinformation right now.
All right, I'll read it out loud. To whom it may concern, we sincerely apologize for featuring Sydney Sweeney in our recent advertisement. In hindsight, we underestimated the combined impact of her blue eyes, blonde hair, and general hotness. Also, we did not realize how big her boobs would be. Our marketing team has been sent to denim sensitivity training. Thank you for your feedback. Please stop emailing us.
This
We are
is so fake.
still trying to recover from the group chat fallout. Signed, American Eagle.
So is that
Definitely.
real?
It's definitely
That's
fake.
Sounds like it could be real. All right, so when you saw that commercial, were you like, white supremacy?
Well, first of all, before we get into the white supremacy,
Blew me up, brother.
do you think I walk into that same party 2 years later and like there's a completely different response? Like I'm no longer getting called the F word for walking
Someone
in
hand you a beer instead.
there. Yeah, somebody's like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, the stock responded immediately.
I think that's what we noticed first is that it got released just after hours, and then all of a sudden the stock popped. I don't know. They gained like $3
$300 and something million.
in market cap.
That's a pretty effective marketing campaign.
Wow, good ROI.
It's
I hope
like,
she
even
got
if
equity.
She made $100 million off that. It's like
Right.
Hope she got equity.
Is it insider trading if she just buys a bunch of calls knowing that she made a commercial?
that's a great question.
That wouldn't be insider trading,
I
right?
don't think so.
It can't be because it's not like she doesn't know that outcome is going to happen.
Yeah, but we all knew that would happen. Like if you told me, like if you show me that ad and you were like, "Hey, this ad's about to be released. What do you think's gonna happen to the stock?" I would have been like,
That's how the rich get richer, though.
So she had a pretty good track record because I think another company that she just did, Dr. Squash,
Oh yeah, it got
"Did
bought
Dr.
out.
Squash?"
they got bought out for
$1 billion or something.
over $1 billion
Oh,
from like
with her
Unilever.
freaking bathwater soap.
Wait, that's a San Diego company.
Is it?
I
Oh,
believe
that's
so.
right.
Yeah.
That guy lives
Yeah.
up in Rancho.
I met his wife.
I was supposed to play pickleball with him one time.
Yeah, I met his wife, and she was like, "Yeah." What? I was like, "What do you do?" She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, my husband is Dr. Squat." I was like, "Whoa!" Started talking for a while at that.
I've met him before. He's got good cohort LTVs on those subscriptions, man. As soon as he said that, I was like,
Such a
this kid's going
algo thing
somewhere.
to
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Go
the
San Diego.
bathwater soap was a big hit.
Yeah, so she's got a good track record. She's 2 for 2.
What is bathwater soap?
You didn't see this?
It was basically you could bathe in Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
Oh my!
I have heard that this is like
They
a
did a
niche-
commercial. Yeah, they did a commercial with her in like a tub, and it was like, "Hey, we're making a soap for my bathwater."
They had to zoom in, didn't they?
I can't believe we didn't talk about this on the show. Honestly, this was like right in our sweet spot.
Sorry, I'm still fixing.
Yeah, you still like, still on the commercial?
No, I'm not. I'm ready to discuss.
You're a big fan of like revving the engine.
The engine revs itself.
I I know.
all-
This,
it's
I
all
know.
that-
I know. This is something
It's
you
all
talk.
that
This is
sunshine
something
in
you talk about a
Colorado
lot.
I had. It's all that
This is something you
sunshine.
speak of as like a
Yeah.
life alpha.
Rizzy educated me. Rizzy explained it's
On
it's
revving the
sun.
engine?
Yeah,
your
it was.
mitochondria is just firing.
I'm
right now.
just the libido is.
So you just like randomly look at hot women just to.
No, that already. Yeah.
It's not enough.
I had a buddy who used to do that before he would do big lifts, like
my
do
God.
PR lifts. He'd go in the corner on his phone, like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. And then he'd go, just crack a stimmy, snort it, and then do the
And
lift.
watch porn and then lift.
Yeah. No, porn, stimmy, then lift.
Oh my God.
So advanced.
I'm gonna try this before the New York.
Eric, have
opens
you
tomorrow.
introduced that into your new daily
Well,
routine?
that's scientifically proven that if there's like people watching you work out, especially if it's someone you're attracted to, you're gonna be 10 to 20% stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
it's like immediate. Your form gets so much sharper too. Like it's
Seems like science.
I believe that. That checks out.
real.
So was there some blowback to this commercial as well as like a?
Just a tad. From a very cute audience. I
So
think
what
it
is
was
this
like
a symptom of? Is it real? Is it like white supremacy? White supremacy.
Blonde hair, blue
Steven
eyes,
is
dude.
saying? Is it because of the comment about good genes?
I mean, the audience might not be familiar with the blowback, though.
Explain.
Yeah. So what's the blowback?
Did
Explain.
we cue up a clip? No, of course not. We're not that prepared.
There's no clip for this. Just
I don't
tell
know.
us.
People said that commercial was and I quote, Nazi shit.
They called it Nazi shit.
Yes.
Of course, like the New Yorker or something came out with an
Come up
article
with some fucking thought piece.
saying how it's like this is racism, of course.
So in the video that we just watched, all she says is like jeans with a J, but there's a billboard, there's an image that says Sydney Sweeney has good jeans, jeans crossed out, and then jeans with a G.
This is another there's another ad where she talks about her blue eyes. Like,
She
my
does.
my jeans are blue.
Damn. Okay,
Okay.
so we didn't see that one.
Okay, I didn't see that one. So is that intentional, or is that a marketing blunder? Because it's definitely
Oh,
one
it's
of the.
definitely not a blunder.
Not
Okay.
a blunder if the market cap goes up by 300 million.
Well, what I mean by,
0% it's a
by
blunder.
blunder is the blowback. Like,
No.
did they expect that blowback? Did they expect that
Wait,
reaction?
No, like it's they're obviously trying to get a reaction. I think it's an interesting question whether they're sophisticated enough to do that. But like, no, I don't think they're like surprised by anything. And they leaked like a letter going back and forth between Sydney and like the marketing team where they were like, how much do you want to push it? And she was like, all the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So then I would say it is over the line.
Yeah, it's definitely like a pendulum
Wait,
swinging back
why is
in,
it over
in
the line?
response to like the last 4.
Because they're saying she has good genes.
Yeah.
Wait, why is that over the line?
No, this is like
Because she's white and has blue eyes. And they're saying she has good genes.
But
Yeah,
the-
if it was like
it's
subtle.
like it's obviously
Or-
on the nose.
Or
to that.
or alternatively because she's really fucking hot.
No, because
Well, she talked about her blue eyes. I mean, that's
literally
different.
you're explaining it to me. And
Yeah,
I'm
but they're
just
not
telling
saying
you
that
exactly.
people who are dark skinned with brunette hair don't have good genes.
Beyonce did the same thing, wore the same outfit, and it wasn't focused on genes. It was just her, Queen Bee, doing her thing, and there wasn't this reaction. Now you might say, "Oh, why wasn't there a reaction? Because she's black." I don't think that's why. I think it's because they leaned into the good genes, and that causes and rubs some people the wrong way.
Hold on, I
That's why
can't tell
everyone's
if you're.
upset, right?
I can't tell if you're talking about J genes or G genes.
Yeah, I know. G genes
G
with
genes.
Sydney is what caused the reaction.
Yeah.
I think if she had just done a normal ad and
Well,
they didn't
so
lean into this
ad-
controversial
But
thing.
this particular ad that we just played didn't talk
Didn't do
about.
that. That
She
was
just
my
said she had a nice ass. But the one that Steven mentioned is talking
Yeah.
about her blue eyes and having good genes,
good genes.
which I think is definitely over the line. I mean, that's
yeah, of course. Here's the
I'm
one.
actually so confused.
All right. There's one, and I have the quote. Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue. That's the
the ad.
that's the script. Yeah.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
didn't say that my genes are good or something. She just
My
said my
genes
genes
are
are
blue.
blue. Yeah. Okay. Well, then that's objectively accurate.
I mean, I thought it was a brilliant marketing campaign. The controversy is like a feature of it, not a bug.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously playing on genetics, right? Because it's in that other ad.
Yeah. So the question is, did they promote eugenics? That's what everyone's
But
asking.
like, don't you look at the 2020 version of this, the like woke version of this? It was all eugenics, identity based.
Of course, but this is
Advertising.
like the response to that. It's a pendulum swinging the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
direction.
but, like-
I don't think that's like good either, right?
And
It's like an eye for an eye.
There was
kind of thing.
backlash to the 2020 ones. Just a
Yeah.
different side of the audience, didn't like those. So to me, it's the same.
Steven doesn't agree.
No, it's exactly the same. That's my
No,
point.
it's not exactly the same.
What do you mean? There was ads in 2020 based on what people look like in the ad, and this is a commercial based upon what she looks like. And in both cases, there's backlash.
No, there's backlash because like there's a group of like people who are just like, you're intentionally like slapping me in the face, like gaslighting me, trying to like tell me that like I like things that like I don't like or whatever. And like and this is just like, hey, remember when we used to put hot women in ads?
I agree with that, but I think also other people felt gaslighted to be like, I like your jeans, but I'm not a purple hair colored transgender, overweight person.
It's the same thing.
Showing off their big belly or something.
This is like the Jordan Peterson thing on Twitter where he's just like, no, not beautiful, and he just kind of goes off the reservation a little bit.
Be that uncle. Go ahead. Lean into it.
'Cause I don't know what you're talking about. So
You didn't see that one?
no, I need you to do the.
Oh,
do the voice too.
I think that was when the Sports Illustrated, they kept putting like fat girls as like the swimsuit cover models, and then
see.
one year it was too much for old JP, and he just responded to the cover, and he was just like, "No, not beautiful," and then he just kind of went on a whole tirade, and
Also not healthy.
Yeah.
good for
So is beauty? I mean, is that subjective? I mean, can we just?
I mean it is, but it's also not. Like you can kind of predict
know.
how babies will react to particular faces, right?
Well, what about
it's
those
like wired into you?
What about those paintings from like the 1500s? And those women are thick, slim thick.
Yeah, I mean some elements of it are they change, but like
Haven't you seen those like what an attractive male looks like in different countries? And like Eastern European build of a dude
Yeah.
is different than like Western Europe versus, someone in the US.
It's
someone in Brazil.
subjective in the sense that it's cultural, but then it becomes objective within the culture, and then it changes over time.
Yeah, it becomes like consensus.
Yeah, it becomes consensus for sure.
I'm still confused. Is it not okay to say that somebody has like good genetics anymore?
No, it is. It's fine.
Good genetics. That's an interesting question.
I have friends I'm
Good
definitely like,
genetics.
you have good
Good
genes.
genes.
Like
I
a
feel like
six-pack is
everybody
easy for
says
you.
that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, great genes.
Yeah.
I hope it's okay to say that. I don't feel like I don't want to be in a world where it's not
I feel like-
okay to just.
I feel like I'm
I think
taking
it's just a
fucking
way of
crazy
saying
pills
you're
over here.
beautiful or good looking, basically.
It's a compliment to somebody. It doesn't have to
compliment.
also be a slight to everybody else.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
you're just complimenting somebody.
You could argue that having good genes is not necessarily even a compliment. It's like you didn't do anything for them; they were just handed to you.
Mm-hmm.
But still remains you have good genes.
Yeah, I say that to people.
Yeah.
I need to hear like a Steelman of the other side of this because I'm like genuinely so confused by people.
Well, you need to hear a steel man of why people are backlashing this ad campaign.
Promotion of a certain type of jeans and look is what the controversy is.
But that's literally all of marketing since like the dawn of time.
Yeah, they just leaned into it real heavy.
That's why Giselle made more money than Tom Brady.
I think if they had just done hot girl in jeans and not leaned into that as much, it wouldn't have been as controversial.
Yeah, they made a point to sort of like swing the pendulum against the movement that we just saw for the last 4 years. I think it's obviously on the nose,
Yeah.
It worked.
and it worked.
I'm
I mean, are you saying that you don't even see what they're doing, or are you saying that you don't think that is something that people should take issue with?
like
Steven wants to argue more about this.
no, like if you just saw some like I don't know, like 20 years ago, I feel like if you just saw some like hot woman and you'd be like, wow, that woman's got some great genetics, people would be like, yep, sure does, she's pretty hot. Like somebody wouldn't be like, why? Because she's white and Aryan? You would not say
Nazi?
like I just like Like if you were in the context of like looking at like an athlete or something, you're like, damn, that guy's got some great genetics. Like he's
No,
just-
there's. I think there's.
I
Like
mean, I don't even take the Nazi comment seriously anymore. That is just used so.
right, but you seem to like identify with the this is this
I
seems to
see
be bad.
that there's like this culture war happening, and like,
Right.
of the last 4 years, it's been this other direction, and the pendulum swung back this way, and they like went on the nose with that one. So now the other side is trying to fight back and say like, oh yeah,
we can
you-
do this. We can say
you
this.
Nazis, like whatever. I think it's just like a
Yeah.
it's the culture war that we've been talking about for a long time.
I can't find him, but the LinkedIn is the best place to find like the worst takes possible. And there was like people being like, I know it's a Sunday, but I have to post this. And just like it tended to be like female CMOs, and they were just ripping it apart. And I don't know, you just couldn't help but laugh. I don't know why.
Can I get a little screen action? This one is the one that did it for Nick.
For who? Oh god.
The jeans,
It's not the jeans. It's something else.
good genes.
Yeah.
Well,
He's trying to compose himself.
Why is Sydney so hot to you?
Why?
It's the
Well,
genes.
to be honest with you, at first when I saw her in that show, I was
Which
like,
show,
this
Euphoria?
girl.
Euphoria?
No.
White
I only
Lotus?
discovered her in White Lotus. I honestly found it uncomfortable to look at her because she plays a young girl. Okay, but she's really hot. And
That's
I'm
funny
like,
because like she wasn't even the hot girl in that show. I guess that's subjective. I thought Daddario is hotter.
I don't
Is
know
that
who
the
that is.
brown girl?
Yeah, brown haired.
Oh,
her
the other
friend?
white girl. Of course you thought the white girl was hotter.
Which one is Daddario?
She's
Racist.
wasn't she the like fiance or wife of one of the
Like there was a scene in the White Lotus where Sydney Sweeney is like admiring. Alexandra
Oh yeah, where she
Daddario.
like gets in the pool.
Yeah.
See, I
Oh,
had
okay.
no idea I was supposed
This
to
one?
think that girl was
Yeah.
hot the entire season.
No, yeah, I thought Sydney Sweeney was the hot one, but I
Yeah,
found it
like I
uncomfortable
was
to
not-
look
I
at
wasn't
her. But
aware.
I also was like, this girl has like a bit of a resting bitch face, you know.
Yeah, you like that though.
But I
you love that. That's what you like.
so I was like uncomfortable because I kind of liked it, but and then the more it went on, I'm like, yeah, she's definitely very attractive. I mean, what was your question? Why is she hot?
Yeah, why is she hot?
she's attractive.
Dude,
Yeah, but like there's a lot of attractive girls, but
She has
like
a-
people really like.
I feel like this is our new
Symmetry.
pod. Why is she hot?
I mean, I
just
don't
go
know.
back to
I
hot
just
or not?
watched- I just watched Happy Gilmore 2, and we're not supposed to objectify women anymore.
Wait, how
Steven,
was it?
So it's good.
that's the plot
thought
of
it was
Happy
good.
Gilmore 2.
No,
No,
it's
there's
just
just
one
a scene.
objectify
line.
women
Just
anymore.
one line.
Oh,
But
God.
Damn, I wanna watch
actually
that.
thought it was a good 2.
Damn.
it's slapstick
rewatchable.
comedy, but they don't make comedies like that. It's like a 90s comedy,
It's a
like
90s
total
comedy.
slapstick.
Dude, they don't make any comedies.
The
anymore.
plot is
That's
like
why I loved it.
doesn't make any
First
sense.
comedy in, like,
totally
10
leaned
years.
into like all the 90s stuff from the first one with like some modern twist, like 74 cameos.
Yeah,
But
there was
I-
like
I enjoyed it. I thought
there
the
was
plot was well written.
an unreal amount of cameos. Like the critics said they leaned
Literally.
way too heavy.
Are they doing
Literally
the same
74.
shtick? Like, did he like fight the new
It's-
Price is Right guy?
It's like Top Gun. They like reference every
Okay.
funny quip in the original again.
Yeah.
They redo it and like
Shooter
it-
comes back. Like,
You need
all
Shooter,
kind-
yeah.
Shooter's awesome in 2.
Shooter is awesome in 1.
Yeah. It's good. I would
Shooter
definitely
made a
watch.
whole,
if you
like,
liked 1, I would
personal
watch.
brand.
Struck my foot.
Oh yeah, they bring some version of that back.
He has that guns don't kill people, I kill people shit.
Chubbs' son is in it.
Oh,
Like-
he had Chubbs' son.
It's a good story.
That was
I
such a
actually
great
liked the story.
that was such a great '90s moment. That movie, like you had no idea, like you were about to walk into like one of the best fucking movies that has ever been made, and you just,
Yeah.
that happens so many times to you in the '90s. You just go and see a movie, and you're like, holy shit.
I was telling Erica as I was watching it, she was kind of background watching, but I was just like, I had to pause the movie and I was like, I respect Adam Sandler way more than I like used to. The guy
Guy's a crusher.
has definitely had some bombs, but to be relevant and to produce so many funny, extremely like this guy carved his own path. Like nobody makes comedies like him. He has a very particular type of comedy, which is why a lot of people don't like his movies. But if you just like kind of enjoy and take your critic hat off and just observe the art of it all, like he has a clear thing that he wants to produce and put out into the world, and he does it successfully.
It's definitely a shtick.
It's a very, very specific shtick. It's extremely immature. It's kind of dark humor too. It is definitely dark humor, but it's funny. Like it's good stuff.
Some of the
Congrats,
greatest quotes
Adam
ever in
Sandler.
an Adam Sandler movie.
I watched it with my wife, and I realized I was old. They like cut to a scene, and there's two people in the scene. And I was like, and we both went, "Oh my god, that's!" And I was like, "Yeah, Justin Thomas, the like PGA golf." She's like, "No, Bad Bunny. That's Bad Bunny." And I was like,
Oh, I didn't know that was
I was
Bad
like,
Bunny.
"No, he's the bus boy." Like, no, that's Bad Bunny as the bus boy. I was like, "Oh."
There's
Dude, he had a-
zero chance I identify Bad
He had a
Bunny.
huge
100%
role in the
chance I
movie.
identify
He's like
Justin
the
He's
sec-
like
the main supporting actor.
Might win like an Oscar for best supporting actor.
No way.
Like, dude, he's a big role in the
Would
movie.
you like
I
more
couldn't pick him
breadsticks?
out of a lineup.
Eminem is in it. Like, Kid Cudi is in
Okay,
it.
so I don't like when movies do like all these cameos. Honestly, like it makes me
This one
uncomfortable.
has 74 cameos.
There's
Like I feel
insane
like I'm
amount of
at these
product
movies
placement.
and then like I'm surrounded by all these people, and every time like they see a person they know, they're like, "Oh, I know that person," and everybody claps like a seal, and I'm just like, no, it's just ruining the movie for me. Like I don't want the movie to be like constantly reminded of like people who exist in real life. That like
I was in like the golf shop, about to play around, and they were actually selling the hockey stick putters from, I think it's
Join the
Callaway that
AI
makes them, or Taylor.
Callaway makes the hockey
They
stick
they
butter.
sell them in the
I'd probably
pro
do
shop.
better with that thing.
Yeah.
I bet you I would 100% putt better with a hockey stick.
I can't
putter.
wait till I see someone on the course with it.
Holy shit! I'm getting a hockey stick putter. I'm gonna take golf back up just to get a hockey stick putter.
Don't tease
actually.
me. Come on, let's go play.
I told you I'd play with you anytime.
All right.
Nick's
wanna
playing
do, like, these, like,
Nick's playing this
Tory-
weekend at 5:45 a.m.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 5:45 a.m.
Okay, when I said anytime, I meant like anytime. Like
Wow,
a
we'll be done in
normal
3 hours,
human
it'll
would
be
think
great.
Is good to play golf at.
All right. I see another card in here. It just says T app.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Well, we're really queuing things up hard today.
I like this flow, Sidney Sweeney, T-App. Okay, let's get into
All right,
this.
T, go.
So I knew there was I heard that there was mainly from your brother, that there was a Facebook group where similar things would go on, where women, I think it was maybe just in San Diego,
It's called like, Are We Dating the Same Guy?
It's
Yeah.
also an app.
but I think these two are separate
into an
things,
app.
but they do
They're
the same
separate
thing,
things.
where women go in and be like, has
Appreciate
anyone
that.
dated this before? This is how the date went. He was a nice guy, or he was a dick, or whatever. He's got a weird fetish. They just like spill it all out, right? And I think this guy apparently created it because his mom was dating, and he was worried that she was going to be dating dangerous dudes. So you can upload the dude you're going on a date
That
with.
sounds like the most fake backstory I've ever heard,
It
by
is.
the way.
Yeah, yeah. But you could check, criminal records, sex offender records. But then the main thing is that everyone dishes on the same dude. It looks like, and you can even. I went to the website right before. You can set alerts on your guy you're dating, so that if anyone else posts about him, you get
Okay,
a
that's
notification.
Is this app doing well, like in the App
It's
Store?
the number one app in its category.
Number one app.
They claimed like 6.2 million women.
Millions.
And it's
using it.
apparently all just vibe coded because it stored everybody's profile pic in an
And it all
open
leaked.
AWS bucket that anybody could just go to and download because it wasn't encrypted.
Yeah, so there was like it got hacked, 70,000 ish.
It got hacked, but it's like saying like you got robbed because you left like every door in your house open and put a big "come in and rob me" sign on the front of the door.
This is the first thing I looked up, was this thing vibe coded, because it looks like a classic case of just no security.
Is there an app that tells you if stuff was vibe coded?
I don't know.
That would be a good app.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Okay, so are guys allowed to download and use the app? Is there like any restriction on it? Is there like a way to
the
that they can monitor
selfies
that?
are for verification. So I don't know if it's to verify you're a female or not.
Yeah,
but-
that's why they have everybody's like all these pictures because you have to send in a selfie of yourself to verify that you're
and
female.
they said
to use the
we
app.
delete these after, just for, it's only for verification.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
did.
e-,
even encrypt them.
I can imagine a group, like a hacker group, like Anonymous, wanting to like just drag these women so badly
Dude, no, somebody made like a hot or not site from
from these
all of
women.
the photos, and then they're all like ranked like, in various ways.
God.
I know it's bad.
That is like an eye for an eye, but I sort of just hate. the
I don't know.
self-name.
Like they didn't do anything though. It's kind of fucked up.
Do you think that having an app like this is okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you like? Would you
Everything's a trade-off. Comes with a cost.
would you encourage your daughters to use it if they were like of the dating age right now?
100%.
It kind of makes sense that like you would like to know from like, I don't know, people 2 or 3 degrees away from you how this person is.
It's just data.
Yeah.
Could be lies, but it's data.
Yeah, the market's telling you this is what I want. So like, I don't think the question is it
They
right?
were
It's like,
already doing it. Girls love the tea.
Yeah, they were doing it in a controlled local setting.
You just don't like that it's been democratized.
No, I don't like. Okay,
It's
I
just
think
a free open market now. That's the problem.
I
And
think
it is
women.
a problem.
I do
It is a
think women in
problem.
general have been made worse
Pass
by
the
this
mezcal,
like
please.
hive minding of women into this gigantic little social media cluster that transcends all geographies and everything. So yeah, I think this fits into that bucket nicely. But no, like I don't know. Like, have you hung out with like normal women and heard them like talk about guys?
Mm-hmm.
They shit on everybody.
so you're saying the guys are defenseless
Yeah,
in this app?
but
Yeah,
you've,
of course they are.
but you've hung out with guys, and you know how they can be.
They can be pretty shitty.
They can be shitty, and they can just only want one thing.
Yep.
And there's so much you don't know about how men are, and a lot of people I bet are really fucking weird and creepy when they're trying to sleep with a chick. And my first reaction was like, in the Discord, this has been a conversation for the last week, right? So if you're missing out on the Discord, hop in. Call to action. It's amazing. And the conversation started, and my first reaction was like, well, this feels like it's unjust to so many men, because so many good men might break up with a girl and it doesn't work out for her, and she's like, I'm gonna just destroy this
I'm
guy.
gonna slander this guy.
I'm going to slander this guy. And that absolutely is happening and will happen, right? And so it's very unjust to some good men. There are many men that are doing things like to some of the women in our community brought up, like do you know how scary it is for a woman to go on a date with a random, not knowing anything about this person? Are they going to date rape me? Or have they had an abusive past? Like, have they been in trouble? Like, what have they done to other women? So, okay, for the most like serious offenders, my reaction was like, if something's going on and did go on in the past, you should be going to the police.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think those are edge cases that like this app doesn't really. It shouldn't be designed to solve for that stuff. I think what this app's going to do is like basically just say who's the fuck boy and who's like serious.
Yeah, and it's also Carby brought this up. He was like, what about the fact that like a lot of it is just psychological torture that men are playing on women, and they're playing games, and they're abusive, but mentally abusive or psychologically abusive. What do you do about that? Because that's not going on someone's criminal record. That's just them being a shitty person. And for a woman to know, like, this guy's going to waste your time, he's going to be shitty, he's going to play games, he actually has like 3 other girlfriends, that might be good to know.
Yeah, that's what that's what will be shared on there. I think in like the sort of like the middle of the bell curve is just going to be like, this is a fuck boy.
Do you
And
think
in
guys would use a
general-
similar app, or would they just would they just not
No,
care?
if guys
wouldn't
made
be
a similar
similar.
app, there'd be like protests in the street.
And
like,
the
there'd be,
the
like-
guy's app would just be like, did she put out on
She
the first
puts out.
date?
Yeah, just be like, she puts out.
I mean, like women ruin guys in like a lot of other ways. As much as you want to like caricature it to being like a sex thing.
I mean, I want to agree with you on. I think what you're alluding to is like you were like, have you been out with like regular women? Yeah, they get a lot of things wrong about their assessment of men, and oftentimes it's actually their own misunderstanding, their own fault. They're sort of like hypnotized and hallucinating the situation and thinking that it's all the other guy's fault. And then they're around other women who are just saying, yes, girl, yes, girl, yes, girl. And that's what is getting shared. And that's a big problem that you have.
Well, which thing do you think they're assessing incorrectly?
I
I have like my answer.
I think there was like this thread we pulled on, recently, which is like we're sort of living in this ick culture right now, where like everything people do causes the ick.
Okay.
And so I think the sensitivity is so high right now that the smallest thing a guy does could cause the ick and could actually be something that someone goes and posts about that guy in the T app. And it's like, to a different woman, that would just actually be like a good thing. But then now they have a warped view of this guy because it's been filtered by other women. And that was my concern, is like, the men aren't getting a fair shot today in the dating environment because it's being filtered by other women. And that thing that they view as a negative might be a positive to another woman. So the clean slate isn't occurring the way it would if you could just walk up to a woman in the bar and have a good time and get to know each other.
I do.
So that's my concern.
I think that's like a valid concern, but I think that the thing that they're assessing incorrectly the most is whether or not the guy's a fuckboy. He most often is, and they think that he's in it for a relationship. And I think this app actually solves that.
Liv in the chat, she's downloading the app now, and hopefully,
Okay.
she says she can't get past the registration page, but hopefully she gets in. She'll let us know. What's it like in there?
I checked Steven's score already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
How'd you get in?
it's pretty good.
There's no way I'm on this app because there's a 0% chance any girl I've ever dated is using this app. Like I feel like I don't know. I'm trying to not get canceled for this.
Too late.
I'm not gonna say
You
it.
should just get canceled already, just so that you could just speak freely. You
That's
know?
why we have a 2-drink minimum. I don't think Steven hit it before we started
He
recording.
didn't hit it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be canceled, but I also want to just be like mean. I'm like afraid I'm gonna say something mean. I don't want to say something mean.
I don't think you should worry about being mean.
I worry about being mean.
No.
I don't care about being canceled, but I do worry about being mean.
Okay. Well, sit on it.
Yeah, we don't need
It's
to
not
say
my
that.
intention to
We
be
don't need to be
mean.
mean. Okay.
Well, all I'm saying is like there's like a definite like this is very imbalanced. Like if men made like an equivalent app, people would be like, what the fuck? This is so fucked up. And it is kind of fucked up that like you could just be like slandered in some like where is the line? Like if every woman on earth basically uses this app and it's basically like Chinese Communist Party status. Like everybody in the world just looks at Armand's face, and then their little contact lens like registers like a fuckboy score on his face.
Yeah.
And it's just like fuckboy level 900.
So
And like you have no ability to defend yourself. There's no vetting of any of the shit.
your
Like
social
for
score.
all you know, somebody's
Yeah.
just destroying you.
This
You
is
have no
this
idea.
is the direction I thought of it too in a negative light. Is that this is like teetering on social score.
Well, that was my concern. There's no blank slate possible anymore dating today. I actually was just like, man, it sucks right now. Like it's getting harder and harder to control your brand, you know?
I mean, like, don't you think that in like a you'd call it like an optimistic scenario that your social score might actually kind of accurately reflect your character?
Well, what I wrote in the Discord was that I actually think, yeah, fuckboys are fucked, but like most good men don't have a concern.
and like a lot of the
I
rating,
really don't think I would have a concern if I was
like if I
single.
was gonna build this app, like with guys also in mind, I would like have it be a checkbox system at first and be like, did you get raped? Did he get violent? Like, and if all that is no,
Call the police
then
first,
then first of all, that guy is already in like pretty good standing, and he deserves that credit because he didn't do anything to actually harm you,
Yeah.
and that's already good. That's a good place to
But
begin.
you know, if he didn't text you back, it's on
Right.
there, but not.
Right. But that dings you less, you know?
I'm gonna lob a hand grenade into this conversation.
Okay,
Please do.
But sorry, I forgot to pull the pin out.
thank you.
Lobbing it left-handed. Are all of these problems like solved if people just like don't have sex before marriage?
Oh, you're going full farmer, Steven?
I told you I'm just lobbing a hand grenade.
Oh God, I reject.
Like,
this
how
question.
can you? Well, I'm not saying like that.
Yeah.
I would like about.
You're for it. You're just saying, would it?
I have no idea.
This is one of these things where I'm like, it's probably good for society, but like I'm really shooting myself
No,
in the foot.
because you still have a lot more options than you used to. I kind of see where you're going. You're like, well, if we kind of like throw
like,
the clock
like if
back.
every woman just got together and was like, this is obviously an absurd scenario, but it wasn't absurd at one point in history. But like, it's an absurd scenario. Like if every woman got together and they were just like, no sex until there's like a ring on my finger. How would men, aside from the ones who like actually financially scam people, which is kind of gnarly, but like in the traditional ways, like how would these women get like would it stop them from getting fucked up so badly? Like what would you even do as a fuckboy? You can't.
Just be a boy.
What's the Mormon thing
So
called?
is there like there's no divorce
you'd
in this
soak.
in
Soak,
this
yeah.
in this scenario? No, there's no divorce. You're just.
I
a
don't think the
partner for
divorce
life?
is relevant because even if you divorce, I think you just reset the clock again. Like
Doesn't,
nobody.
like everybody divorce in
Yeah,
this scenario.
yeah, but nobody's like okay. Nobody's like wants sex so badly that they're going through like a
Yeah,
2-year
marriage,
engagement to just, and then they're like, got it, and then they're like,
I think it caused people to be a lot more serious and a lot more respectful.
You'd probably get married a whole lot earlier in life.
Oh yeah.
You get married a lot earlier, and I think that would like devalue marriage quite a bit in a way that you didn't anticipate.
By people getting married earlier, that would devalue marriage.
Yes, because they
They
kind
get
of like
married more often.
they kind of just like jump into it way earlier than they're ready for, and then they're just like, oh shit.
Wait, wait, you think marriage is valued more highly now in the modern world than it was like 30 years ago?
No, but I think
No.
if you put this rule on it, it probably devalues marriage because you're kind of like forcing people's hands.
I don't think so. I think like I feel like civilization evolved in a particular way. Like we have all these like norms that evolve because like men and women behave in particular ways, and we just like evolved and we started doing that stuff. And then we got to a point where we're like, yeah, we don't like this. This is like kind of inconvenient, and we threw it all out. And then we're like, God, we're having so many fucking problems now. Like, what should we do about it? And like, I wonder how many of those problems would be solved with stuff that we already were doing before.
I actually think there were a lot of problems before that were just kind of like going underreported.
I'm not saying there were no problems before.
I think like a lot of these marriages were kind of in shambles and just like were held together by.
As opposed to today, where
tradition.
more than 50% of marriages end in divorce
Yeah,
anyway.
but look at the quality of the ones that are still together versus the quality of ones that were together back then.
Oh,
I think,
I doubt you could find me any like quantifiable stats that show me that.
of
like,
course, there's
marriage
no
quality was,
quantifiable
like, way
stats
better.
on this, but
I know.
you can like reason through it.
There also wasn't
I
like
don't reason through
social
that, though.
media to amplify all the problems that existed in these relationships.
So
at an
before,
earlier time.
let me just like spell it out for you. Before, like when women couldn't leave a relationship, they'd be like in an abusive one where she just has to kind of like suck it up and bear it. And like you're saying that can't be quantified. I agree. I can't quantify that for you, but I think that existed before. And I think if you bring that sort of back, then that brings about problems that you're not anticipating.
Yeah, of course that's true, but when you sort of collectively enable like the mass generalized shittiness of fuckboy culture and then multiply that like times a million across everything, although maybe you've reduced some of the like worst like incidents of like individual harm, like the broader societal harm, I feel like is like really, really bad as well. Like if you had a situation where like 1 in 1,000 women were in these like really fucking fucked up marriages and you like eliminate that, but you've created a situation now where like 40% of all women just like need a website because they just encounter fuckboys and nobody's reproducing and all that shit's fucked. That's not good either.
Yeah, I think the pendulum has swung too far in the opposite direction. Like women wanted more freedom, and now they have it, and now it's almost like way too much, and the pendulum needs to kind of find its middle.
Yeah, I agree.
My initial reaction was like, this is sort of a negative trade-off. But the more I've thought about it, and this might change again.
Oh, you got to
What do I do?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
An ad that I
Are
didn't
you
ask
playing
for.
ads?
An ad that
Playing
I didn't ask
ads
for.
in the background? Don't do that.
That was tricky.
I
Yeah,
didn't do anything. It just started. So
kind of impressed.
Like time delay.
the more, and this opinion might change again, of course, but like right now where I sit is I'm like, all this is doing is illuminating the truth, and the truth is not always perfectly correct, right? And you guys are concerned about like a social score, but the reality is we all already have a social score in a social media age.
It's called reputation, first of all.
Yes, exactly. And you have to manage your reputation. And there are so many people that have been burned alive by like posting the wrong thing on social media 10 years ago. And there are people that will go and say something on LinkedIn or Instagram and go to work the next day and get fired. And I think this is very similar to it. All we did is we created a town square for dating for women. This could have been an internet 1.0 forum on a blog, and you could log in like Bitcoin style, like 20,
Dude, this
15
is
years
such
ago.
a great point,
And it'd be the
'cause
same thing. It's
I
just
thought about
women
this too.
sharing digitally.
Like if it was a forum,
They're
no
just
one would have a
illuminating
problem.
it.
There
Yeah.
would be no problem if it was just like a chat forum. But the fact that it's an app now, people are like, wait, what?
Yeah, and it's like it's commercial and it's become extremely popular. It's just illumination on all sides. Illumination of the problem, illumination of the access, illumination of the social score of these men. I think it's always existed. It's just a layer of digitization on top of the reality of like women sharing the tea with each other. That's always been happening. So
I think there's also like maybe an unintended consequence in a good way of this app is that like the fact that this information is getting shared more broadly might
100%.
incentivize men to act better
100%.
and be better because your reputation is on the line.
yes.
You get look, no, because when you anonymize this shit, it goes off the fucking rails. Like when you do this stuff in like the traditional closed group of women, right? You're interacting with other women that you know. They have reputations they care about, and when they say something about somebody, they're staking their reputation on the line, right? Now you've created this situation where there's no downside to like slandering people, right? And then you've lost the connection with the person who's like telling you this. They're just like an anonymous stranger online. And then you kind of get into the whole reason like the court system is designed the way it is. Like you have a right to like meet your accuser. Like we knew that that was like inherently like a good thing to have in society. I'm not saying like this app should be illegal or anything, but like to like it's obviously like problematic in a lot
It's
of
very
ways.
problematic.
Yeah,
There's no
trade-offs.
question about that. Yeah, it's very messy.
Well, let's get some of the chat's thoughts in here. Liv says it sounds like a great equalizer. Rocket says if Trump can dodge Epstein this well, you can dodge being canceled, Stephen.
He took it to that place where Steve was just protecting himself.
Corby says, I think we need to give women more credit. Stupid ick culture can turn off legit women. It also says 100% Armand, if you're a legit good dude, you don't have to worry except against the dates with women who are looking for stupid icks, which you don't want to be involved with anyway. Rocket says this app is borderline cyberbullying. Eric got some 100 emojis. And
Thanks.
Rocket also says, true Armand, reputation is no longer something confined to one's social circle. It is now a global reputation to the internet and social media.
Yeah, everyone has a personal brand now. Think of it that way.
Man, when I
Whether
started
you
my
chose
career, I
to
was
or
so
not.
big on it, and now I'm like, I just want it erased. Like, I don't want.
Yeah, I mean, but it's going to get more and more impossible for you to not, like, unless you literally opt out of the system. You know, it's harder and harder.
I think people are getting desensitized to it anyways. Like Steven
Exactly.
just said, I actually don't care about being canceled. I just don't want to be mean. Like I think that's most people actually now. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, but I just don't care about being canceled because it's like a luxury I have. I think a lot of people probably would like to not care about being canceled, but they like have to care about being canceled because they don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
All I know is all things are not equal. I think that women are very different than men, and that they need certain information because we have certain power physically that they don't have. And there is fear innately that exists for women in dating that does not exist at all as a man. There is absolutely no fear that you ever have when you date as a man. It is literally just a drive to get laid and maybe find the love of your life. But for them, it's like so many things can happen psychologically, physically, emotionally that are damaging. And so, you know, if you're a woman and you need to protect yourself, and it's just data to me.
Well,
Like
I
if
think
you're
the
the type of
psychological and emotional damage that's a two-way street. The physical damage is a one-way street.
yeah, that's where there's a huge, you know, difference between the genders. But
A lot of dudes
Yeah.
get.
I mean,
get
look,
manipulated.
I agree with
True,
you in the
true.
like the very kind of like brutal Wild West sort of biological way with like physical
Yeah.
harm and stuff like that. But like once you step out of that and you play within the confines of society, like women have like an insane advantage. Like men get like put through the fucking ringer by society, by the legal system. Like there's no way you could tell me that like women like risk like so much more than men in a lot of these situations. Like once you get out of the realm of like, yeah, this kind of physical shit, like dude, men can get like just absolutely fucking fucked, right? If they get in a bad relationship and there's like no recourse. Like society basically just accepts that
Okay,
everything
okay. Let
kind of
me
goes to the women.
Steelman Stevens now. So like, imagine these cases where a girl claims victim to or like a rape or something, and then there's like a snowball effect of people jumping on board when this person is wrongly accused, and we've seen this happen before many times. And I think that's a real threat for guys. Like
It is for sure, but it doesn't even have to go that far. Like I just think even in like the basic kind of like on balance thing of like custody, where that like you don't get sided with whenever there's a tie. It does not go to the man in these situations.
Right.
Like people tend to believe women over the men.
Dude,
like, all
imagine
this
if they
is-
start
it's just-
taking this as like evidence in court or something. Like this is that becomes pretty scary.
Yeah, like I get why people are like men especially are like hesitant about this stuff because you are maybe stepping into like a pretty nasty situation. Like if you don't select the right partner, everything doesn't go your way because like it's not like the system is really set up to benefit you, you know, which I think is sad because I think people should get married, and I think it's good for society.
At our next board meeting, I am going to be proposing an air conditioner.
Oh, it is sweltering in here.
It is
I
so
just
hot.
opened it up.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Yeah.
you, Nick.
I'm literally sweating.
I'm dying.
Are you guys really?
I'm actually, I'm okay.
I
I'm
just
usually
want
the one that
everybody
runs
to
hot.
know when we do this pod, it's like 93 degrees in here for like 3 hours.
You're a Hawaii boy, though.
Yeah. I was
If I
born
say
here.
anything stupid, it's probably because my brain is baking.
All right, let's see what we got queued up next.
Artificial intelligence.
Alan says, "Can
Pivot.
you scoot the laptop towards you or
Yes, I'm
tilt it?"
so
Yeah.
sorry.
So
Alan.
sorry.
Thank you,
so
Alan.
sorry.
All right, so it looks like we had
Did I
an
solve it?
AI action plan released. That's what
Yeah.
you want to go over. Do you want to intro this one?
The AI SARS, David Sachs, has an update for us.
Oh, you can't
And
see
I
the
can't
thread.
see it
I wanna
because
be a
I'm not
czar.
logged in.
Can I be a czar of
I
something?
have it on my phone if you want me to.
Okay, what's Stephen the czar of? While Armand looks that up, Stephen wants to be the czar of something. What's he the czar of?
That's
You-
a great question.
What did that woman call you?
The
when-
poker czar.
The
argumentative one.
the disagreeable.
Oh, the
one.
disagreeable one.
That's not
The
catchy at
czar
all.
of disagreeableness.
Yeah.
No, it has to be blank czar. You
The
can't be czar.
actually
of-
czar.
Doesn't hit.
Actually, czar.
Actually,
There's no
I'm more
data
of
to
a, I'm more
support
of a
that
duke
czar.
myself.
go kill yourself.
Go kill yourself, czar.
Oh.
You know, I should. That's my fault. I should have never brought that up.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
So I mean, yeah, historic week, right? For
Yeah.
AI policy, 3 important executive orders. You're pulling it up, but David Sachs basically did a summary of like 7 or 8 points that I thought were really good to just cover
Yeah,
high level. You got it?
yeah, I think so. So it looks like first one was we want to win by out innovating our competitors. So it seems like the executive order talked about. I think it's going to try to prevent against the individual states over regulating so that AI companies don't have to kind of weave through 50 different laws and can't, maybe one state holds all of the US's AI progress back. So that's
a lot
one.
of red tape removal. It's just
Yeah.
like hit go. Everyone go.
And also somehow maybe it's just a statement, but rejects like the global laws. So they also want to say, hey, Europe, you can't, stranglehold. Like we're not gonna pay attention to your laws. The second one was infrastructure is everything. So
Picks and shovels, baby.
yeah, massive build out AI
God,
Are
centers.
we invested enough in the picks
Dude,
and shovels?
picks and shovels is going to continue to fly. I thought the runway was.
No.
Runway was a couple years long.
It just started.
It's so long.
It just started.
Yeah, we just talked to a buddy. He is he's managing director at a very large. You would know the name of the
Private equity firm.
Yeah, private equity firm, and he leads up their energy and infrastructure, and they are doing some massive.
I mean, have you guys
build-outs.
seen Stargate build out videos?
Yeah,
and
he
stuff
was-
like
Dude,
that?
he's
It's-
building this.
He's on
it's-
calls with Masa-san.
He's on
It
conference calls with
is-
Masa. He's building Stargate.
Well, tell me what to do. Yeah, just tell me
Long
what to do.
NVIDIA. He said that.
Yeah.
He said that.
Let's Stargate.
The thing with the Oracle and OpenAI, the big multi-billion-dollar. Nick will give you a better answer.
Yeah, they're just doing a massive, like hundreds of billion-dollar build out
Who's
of
they?
The government.
OpenAI, Oracle's in it, and what's the firm that Masa?
SoftBank.
SoftBank.
is funding it.
Yeah, our guy also said, our buddy said that it's fugazi. Like there's not that much money involved. Like they
Yeah,
said,
we talked
500
about
billion,
this on the
but
pod maybe like 3 months ago or
Like
4
the
months ago.
100
when it was
trillion thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that was.
And that the money wasn't actually being put up, but it was like a lot of future, promises. But anyway, the point is like the build out is
Okay, so
enormous, and it's all about data centers.
And to
picks
Armand's
and shovels.
question of what should we long,
Just NVIDIA.
our buddy Dave said, he said, the energy portion of the expense of this entire project is like 4% or less.
not really, less than 10%.
Less than 10%. He's like, we're spending 80% plus on NVIDIA chips.
Yeah, so you say in a $200 billion build out, 20 billion will be like the energy infrastructure, the hooked up electrified shell, and then the other 180 billion is just an NVIDIA NVIDIA chips.
My God.
God, this shit hurts my brain, man.
Wait, because this is one of those times where it's like you see it just all time highs, all time highs, all time highs, and it's like I shouldn't be buying this.
But it's funny because he's also questioning, like he recognizes like the broadband build out of the 2000s era, and he's just trying to gauge like should he continue to make these $20 billion bets and continue to build these out. But he thinks there's plenty of runway. There's so much
Yeah, I
demand.
mean, Meta's doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing.
His customers would be like a Meta. Like
Yeah.
he builds it
Okay.
out,
And
they
Meta's,
come in,
Meta's just giving him money.
Yeah.
yeah, just saying
Yeah.
we'll take a 20-year lease.
Do you,
Okay.
do you guys follow Eric Wall on Twitter?
I think I do. He's a Bitcoiner.
That's
right?
the Bitcoin guy? Yeah, I
Did
do
you
follow.
see the post he made last week about AI, where he was? It was like it was actually be a really great post to discuss, but it's like a long, rambling post where he just sort of like, it's like kind of like a black pill post in some way, where he's just like, I've just basically seen this tech and everything that's coming, and like I can't fucking talk to you people because like you can't understand that like nothing in the fucking world matters other than this, and all this dumb shit you want to talk to me about,
Yes.
like the fucking like the block size, and I just fucking can't, because this is the only thing that matters and I see it, and if you don't see this, then like you're just like,
Dude, I remember.
what are you even doing?
I remember having this conversation on Alfalfa maybe a year ago. I was like, "You guys, we're like talking about Bitcoin like it matters. This is an AI cycle." And I remember having this debate. You're like, "No, Bitcoin," and I was like, "This is only AI. That's all that
Bitcoin
matters."
still definitely matters, but like some of these nuances of things I think don't, and it is an interesting question. It like kind of begs the question whether you know there's any point of like living your life in the middle. Like, do you just like kind of totally dive into this and just devote yourself to the, or you just like go like, hey, let's build a bunker in Montana or something, and then like is that what is that what it comes down to?
I mean, my biggest fear is just like being left behind. You know, I want to make sure I'm like personally using all the tools, and then making sure the company's using all the tools.
Being left behind is a huge concern.
Yeah, it's
What,
the
in
biggest
what
concern.
sense do you worry about being left behind? Or
Yeah, like,
who?
I guess I'm wondering
and
why
how?
you made this leap to just be like, need to go to the woods. Like,
Yeah, where'd
what-
that come from?
yeah.
Well,
what was
because
that?
if you buy into this idea that this thing is so huge that it's going to just swallow basically all of humanity, right? It's the biggest thing we've ever done, and it's just going to be this super massive black hole. But like, it's going to be the first thing we've ever created that sort of creates more of itself and just is this like wild reflexive loop, like that just sucks everything in its wake. Then I feel like your two options are to be like, I have to just go all in on this, and this has to be the only thing that matters to me. Like, if I want to kind of like
From
be
a sense
advanced
of
and-
what? From a sense of like financial survival? And financial, not just financial, but like from a sense of like career mattering at all?
Or if you thought you were going to truly, if you thought we were truly going to build something that was like actual super intelligence, right? And you think about what the ramifications of like having super intelligence are, then like nothing else like really matters in any sense, unless you go full like kind of like.
You're hitting on something that is not the topic that I would love to explore now or later. Or
I'm
many
sorry, I
times
totally
over.
derailed your
No,
topic.
No, no,
No,
no,
let's
no.
go. Let's-
No, no, no.
let's do this.
I'm excited about it. What you're talking about is what actually matters, and I think your concern isn't actually. It's a concern for a different reason. Okay, your concern is like people getting left behind, meaning how are they going to make money? What are they going to do? The reality is everyone's going to be okay. There's going to be a few people working on super intelligent AI, and then everyone else is going to wake up one morning and go, what the fuck do I do with my life? That's the deep existential question that nobody is prepared for. If you no longer have to work and provide in the way that you used to, because we're going to have some sort of universal basic income. And when that day arrives and your entire life's meaning has been oriented toward your work, and that's how you create your meaning and you show up in the world, because for hundreds of, for thousands of years, human beings have woke up every day. Marcus Aurelius wrote about like, the most important thing you can do is get up and get to work. The Emperor of Rome said that. What are we going to do when humanity, the majority of humanity, wakes up and doesn't have anything to do? That's actually the question. I'm not worried about them getting left behind. I'm worried about suicide. I'm worried about existential crises. I'm worried about people not having a meaning or a North Star. That's what I'm worried
Wait,
about.
let me make this even more tangible though, because I think you're like adjacent to what I'm talking about, but not exactly there, right? There are millions of people today like studying like say like physics or something, or some sort of random trade, right? But in my mind, there's like a 100% chance that in the next 10 to 20 years, everything that they're studying will be done better by like some AI super intelligence. And if they have like some sort of trade or something, it's just going to be done by a robot. And if that's the case, then by like thinking about all of this other stuff, like it's just like a fucking distraction. Like the only thing that matters is like the advanced robotics and the
If
AI.
you want to be one of the few involved, because everyone else is going to be rendered obsolete.
Can I ask you guys what time
Yes.
time horizon
Exactly.
you guys think this is occurring on? Because I think that we're skipping over
In the
like
next
massive
10,
steps.
10 to 20 years.
See, I think it's way longer than that. And I think within that 10 to 20 year period that you're describing, there's going to be like massive productivity unlocks for humans using AI as a tool, which improves the lives of humans. And you're already taking it to doom. Like I am looking at it
what-
optimistically.
Hold on. What I'm describing is not doom. Maybe it's being interpreted that way. I'm not describing doom. I'm describing
Steven is maybe more doomer than you.
I don't know that I'm exactly doomer. It's definitely partial doomer. But I'm saying like again, like I'm saying like if you knew there was this tidal wave coming like down the road that was so big that it just basically swallowed everything, then to talk about anything else would be like
Okay, so
what, or to
I
spend
think,
your
like,
time doing anything else.
I think where this goes is it goes incrementally, right? Like we don't just jump to humans are swallowed by AI, right? Like Armand has talked about this at length, where we incorporate AI further and further into our lives until we are actually one with AI, right? That's definitely happening. Like, and as you lean into this thing, you become more capable and relevant. Like I think humans don't become obsolete in the way that you guys think that we do.
See, I used to kind of be into this idea that like all prior technology, everybody said it was going to replace humans, and what ended up happening, we created new jobs from the tech. Everything was fine. Obviously, you
we
dumbass.
argued at length about this.
Yeah,
this is my stance.
But as I think about this more, I'm just like, no, because like the rate of change that
It
this
is
like
no.
hits is going to be so much faster than the rate of change of anything else that has ever hit humanity. And it takes like at
It
least
is
one
not the
generation of
same
humans.
as every other technology.
It's
that
not the
preceded it. It's
same.
not the same this time.
It's not the same this time.
This
And,
is like Rome falling. This is like one of the biggest things that will happen in all of the history of humanity.
yeah.
By far, it is the biggest thing.
And people will not adjust.
People will
lose.
adjust.
People will lose.
No, people will adjust and people will augment themselves. People will be fine. It's actually the reorientation of what your life's meaning is if you don't have to work that is the biggest problem. So Steven's saying like you either get involved in this and you ride the wave. Like I'm not worried about people not having money or not having jobs or any of that stuff. Like that's all going to get solved. The majority of the labor is going to get overtaken and the knowledge work is going to get overtaken by AI. My concern is what are people going to do when they wake up in the morning?
They're going to be entertained. That's like
Exactly.
what
They're going to be
They're
entertained.
going to have to find a way to be productive, though. I think it's going to come down to art for the most part, philosophy.
Except
as a
art
second
will
pillar.
be who can create the like most liked AI video
Yeah,
in the
like-
feed.
it'll be like the
Like-
hot show that we're all watching. That's like somebody's art.
Yeah, it seems pretty obvious that we're just going to leverage the AI to just entertain the fucking peons so that they don't revolt. Like that's obviously the end state, right? Like the end state isn't that. Maybe the very distant end state is like we bring this all around and we figure out how to give everybody like quote unquote meaningful jobs. But in the beginning, you have to give them like money and the illusion of purpose or distract them in order to keep people from revolting, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if that's like the end state that we're sort of going to, it's like you are sort of wasting your time in a sense, like spending time and effort or like debating or working in any of these other kind of middling things. Like the goal is to either like figure
Well,
out how to
hold on.
embrace this feature, completely unplug, or like hyper gamble your way in some sense to sort of financial freedom so that you can kind of like opt out and not have
Yeah,
to
there
get
will
caught
still
into
be
the
classes, and I think that you can still make money outside of AI. Like you're kind of addressing it as if like you have no choice but to get involved in AI. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you can accumulate wealth between now and the next 10 to 15 years when we're all pretty much, if we're not working as an AI engineer at one of these foundational model companies or in the picks and shovels, like, yeah, you're going to have to find something to do.
But like,
And-
okay, so it's not so. My vision is not so dissimilar from now, where you have like a large majority of people who like don't really have the ambition that you guys demonstrate, but there are the select few that will like take these new tools and really drive humanity forward to a degree that you're not even like ready to comprehend. Like, what if we become like spacefaring civilization? What if we like just take this to a whole nother level
We will.
where like people are still doing awesome shit, people, not AI, people using AI.
100%. But if 99% are working, or whatever the labor force is now, 95% of like able working adults, it's just going to be lower. That's what I'm saying.
Agree.
Yeah,
But yes, we're going to do new cool shit 100%.
Yeah, and people are going to keep going, and people
Yeah.
are going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think people will be okay, but I think most people are like literally going to end up in some sort of like Ready Player One-esque kind of dystopia.
A lot of people. Yeah.
And
We-
like, and that might not be worse than like the majority of people now. Like,
So
a lot of people are suffering today.
What am I missing here? Like, I imagine that all these AI technologies, in order to impact everyone's lives, will be implemented by companies. Companies involve founders and an executive team and also shareholders. So wouldn't there just be like an explosion of entrepreneurs using these tools just in a more efficient way? And
Yes,
know,
but
like,
you're limited by the fact that, and you know this, right? Because you're a person who lives in the world with your experience. What percentage of humans have you met in your life who are actually like equipped to be entrepreneurs?
okay, I know where you're going, and I agree. It's low. It's low.
low.
But what if the barriers just got significantly decreased? For example, we've talked about how, oh my God, what happens when AI replaces the engineers? Well, in fact, everyone just becomes a software
The
engineer. or a
barriers for
software
most
developer.
people with engineering have nothing to do with technology. With entrepreneurship, they have nothing to do with technology. It has to do with risk and people's ability to take on.
Yeah, but, like,
risk.
imagine
there's
how
a,
many-
there's a lot of guys that I know in my life who are like not at your echelon, okay? Who are like the Shark Tank type folk who like think that they're gonna come up with an idea and that idea is gonna make them rich. I think in this aspect, that's going to enable people like that to actually create things.
I imagine like instead of we have all the successful businesses, and then you have all these little Etsy stores, and they're like, kind of like little hobbies. Maybe they make some money. Just imagine that on steroids with AI tools.
But I agree with both of you. There is going to be this like kind of next layer of people who are like close to being entrepreneurs but weren't able to do it, who will be enabled by this. But still, the overwhelming chunk of the human population is not an entrepreneurial mindset.
Agree.
And those people in a world where there's like infinite intelligence and robot labor don't have anything to do.
Yeah,
and
imagine like you go in a small town in Italy. Like everyone's kind of an entrepreneur. I think that's
Yeah.
the world you live in.
You run the trattoria, or you like do the
Yeah.
plumbing.
Yeah, I think you're viewing entrepreneur through like the Silicon Valley lens. It's the entrepreneur.
no.
who's
Even through like the
it's-
I'm an electrician lens.
Yeah, but like as Nick is saying, like an Etsy artist of the future, that's the type of person, that's the type of role you'll play. I think
Etsy
people
artist?
will be okay. I think the biggest
Not
thing,
you, but like that's the role that they can play.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think robots and AI starts taking all that like very quickly.
Ah, man, that's what makes us special.
Oh,
the thing
that
we
sounds like
never lose.
that sounds like a thing that we say right before it's definitely not true
No,
anymore.
it's definitely true. Come on, think about it. If everything, you always
Doom,
want
doom,
the
doom,
special thing. The special thing is the thing made by the human. Boom, stamp, made by human.
I thought we already agreed
That's
that
so
the people
special.
who don't have anything to do, they'll be like these like quasi fake government jobs. Like, hey, you're gonna rake the leaves, and it won't be UBI like just handing you money, but why don't you go pick up the trash and we'll give you $3,000.
But if that is the case, then like the initial thing I set forth this discussion with still holds true. Like anything that you are doing other than figuring out how to sort of like hyper gamble your way into financial freedom before this happens, or just fully embrace this future that is going to be like 100% robot.
But why do you
superintelligent
believe we have to
future.
hyper gamble our way to financial freedom? Like you just want to be a little bit better than everybody else.
No, because
in a
your only way to
UBI
escape
world.
the fucking like vortex of this is to either fully embrace it and to be able to leverage it to be in the upper class of everything, or to be like so like financially free that you can simply step back.
I think there's gonna be a swath of
Or to
people
opt out
that like
completely.
aren't upset with the outcome of like just being fully entertained all the time without having to do
I
anything.
agree, but if that's who you are and you're spending 6 years of your life studying and learning a trade that's going to just become like irrelevant, then you're still wasting your time in a particular way.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't matter
But it's
anyway,
not-
and
it's
you're
not
you're
that-
going to be happy.
But it's not that doomery
taking the blue
if everyone's
pill.
like okay, if everyone's like kind of happy with where they're at and they're just like entertained living in what's that movie like iRobot or something?
Yeah,
No,
well, this is going to be the debate. It's going to be like, look how happy everybody is. Everybody's good. There's no crime.
Yeah, they're all placated.
They're all like,
but
but like,
it might be a step up from the alternative.
I mean, it's better than Mad Max.
Well, it could be better than like poverty and struggling.
Yes, I agree with that.
Was your original comment about like moving to the woods because there'll be so much unrest, you just want to be safe, or was it something different?
It's not even that. It's just like if you believe this one thing is going to be everything, it's going to be this like black hole that sucks up everything. There's only a few options. Option one, you embrace that thing that's going to suck up the black hole and you figure out how to sort of become one with that and like have that lift you up. And anything that any brain power devoted to stuff other than that sort of ends up wasted. Any trade or thing you learn that you think is going to be, it's just going to be sucked up from that. So you may as well go all the way there. Option B, you become so rich off of this that you can just like sort of opt out of this society and just do your own thing anyway. And then option C is a variant of option B where you opt out, but you just sort of go live on a farm and
I feel like Armand's
have some
been
kids and
describing this
stuff like
for
that.
Episodes like you've
Yeah,
talked about this like
many times.
this like
Free species.
this different merge,
Yeah,
some
yeah,
part of
yeah.
humanity that merges with AI, some part that goes the Luddite route.
I'm
Yeah.
interested in like, okay, there's this 5-year period. What do you have to massively outpace the median earnings while avoiding debasement, so that you can be wealthy
you know
enough
the
to,
answer?
huh?
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
part of it. I think that you need to also earn.
I think if you want to get it 80% right, that's the answer.
You have to earn and avoid
Sure,
debasement
you have
the
to
whole time.
earn. You have to make sure you're putting enough in as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
It's
that's what
more
I'm
about
saying,
whether you're
like,
putting enough in.
Yeah. And it seems like the table stakes is like we talked about in the last few podcasts. The S&P is cash essentially. I remember AI 2027. What did it say the S&P would go to in like 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, something like that.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
you better have money invested or
gotta hold
like
assets.
yeah,
Yeah.
you better hold assets.
So the basic kind of game theory, like if you believe the game is like sort of fair, would just be like, oh, like this inevitable outcome. So my play is to just basically entirely denominate in like the Mag 6 plus like crypto, and then like lever up to a point where like I don't like I
Always
avoid,
adding
like, risk
leverage
of
to
ruin.
everything.
Look, depending on
I'm fine with it. I've also like
depending on how far behind the 8 ball you are, like if you're just gonna be fucked anyway, then like the leverage is a tool.
Yeah, I get you.
What I worry, okay, so I listened to God, there are a couple of banger like Tucker Carlson pods lately actually, because the last episode was John Mearsheimer, which is a really fucking good episode actually. It's like really eye-opening foreign policy shit. And then the one before that was this like Federal Reserve sort of expert guy. I forgot his name, but he wrote a book called Princes of the Yen about sort of like the downfall of like the Japanese real estate market and blah 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 blah. Anyway, it ends up sort of devolving into the, I don't even know if it's devolving, but it gets to this point where he's like kind of reaches his conclusions, and he was basically like, yeah, the you guys familiar with the Japanese real estate bubble of like the early 90s, late 80s?
no, I wasn't familiar with
Okay, so this is one of the most insane real bubbles in the history of finance, right?
It's like tulips and
The-
this.
There was a point where the Japanese real estate bubble got so big that the Imperial Palace of Japan was worth more than the entire state of California.
Whoa.
California has like the 5th largest GDP if you measure it as a country.
Yeah. So if you can imagine a bubble so big that the plot of land in Japan is worth more than all the land in California, that's where this stuff got. Anyway, obviously, in retrospect, that thing blew up. Japan went through 3 decades, of just basically like
Sideways down.
Stagnation.
so this guy's conclusion in like analyzing all of this was basically that like Japan was intentionally destroyed. It was destroyed by people at like the U.S. Federal Reserve. Like they intentionally blew the bubble to sort of blow everything up and sort of exert some degree of control and stuff. So that's the thing that like worries me right now. It's like, oh, I see all the chess pieces on the board, and the obvious thing to do is like hyper gamble on all this stuff to get rich. But like, what if the people controlling everything, because like I still think they do, they still rug you, and they sort of engineer some like insane collapse, like right when you're on
And
the
you
verge of
wasted
making
your time
it,
and you end up like everybody else.
and you end up like everybody else, and they just
But
buy up
everyone
all of
else
your
will
shit
be
at the
okay.
bottom. Like we'll all be okay in the sense that like your dog is
They will.
okay.
They will make sure you're okay. You have to be okay.
Yes,
There's
you
no
will eat
way-
the
they'll either
bugs, you will
drug
own nothing
or
and be
pay
happy.
you enough to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, we'll just feed you a virtual steak.
All I know for sure is that something that has really dawned on me recently more than ever before is that this is absolutely unprecedented. I mean, we're talking about a change that is like what a fucking amazing time to be alive. Like the shit that we are going to see being born in the mid 80s, living through the internet, watching the dawn of the dot-com bubble, watching the dawn of the mobile iPhone, generation, watching the dawn of AI. I mean, we are so goddamn lucky. We are so lucky. You have no idea, guys.
So
it's
I feel
gonna
that way
be
too.
mind-blowing.
But I feel like there's I don't know, the 2040 version of this podcast that is like saying, man, we lived it and we missed X, Y, and Z. Like, how did we not see that this, that, and that was so freaking obvious? Like,
Just ask yourself that. And
I
do
know,
it.
but
What is
I
it?
still feel like I haven't got anything good.
Just ask yourself what the world looks like with $2 million Bitcoin.
It's robotics, obviously.
It's robotics. It's Nvidia. It's Bitcoin. It's Ethereum. Place the bets.
I mean, this is a fun exercise, actually.
2040, 15
It's
years from now.
2040. We're doing this podcast.
I hope we are.
I mean, let's assume that we are.
Okay.
You know, how did you get here? Probably in a robocar. That one's easy.
Yeah.
What's the easy one?
No, I flew for sure.
Teleported.
I definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Armand-
there we go.
Oh, did we teleport here?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be wild.
There will be a new viewpoint of reality on planet Earth. I can guarantee you that
Okay,
much.
I'd imagine one of the things we would talk about during the 2040 podcast is like the new miracle drug. I feel like that one gets underplayed a little less. That
We're like 5 years.
Are you
from
talking
now.
about in a Fugazi type of way, like a dick pill way, or are you talking about in a real way?
no, like I have this like life-threatening disease, but I took the magic pill that AI or humans plus AI figured out, and it's no longer an issue anymore.
So like we don't die.
Okay, so by
Not
20,
yet. Something
2040,
similar to that, right?
2040, it's like we're in our mid-50s, right? And I think at that point, we'll be sitting here and talking about how we're all pretty much going to live to 150.
Armand's like, so my doctor told me I could get a 14-inch robo penis. Exactly like my normal one.
It's downsizing, bro.
That's over the line. That's over the line.
Why would I want to downsize?
Can I give the few points that were remaining?
Oh,
I just
yeah.
feel-
Oh, yeah.
I feel very incomplete about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, please
So
do.
infrastructure is everything. We're removing the red tape. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We're going to export American tech to win. We want to make sure China doesn't export its AI. Our AI needs to win. It's a pro-export strategy. This one was thrown in for fun, I believe. We're going to prevent woke AI. So
That was like
that was just a
red
political
meat.
statement.
Yeah.
We're putting America first. So what that one was all about was like a little bit of hard talk for Silicon Valley, and it's like you need to stop hiring, foreign labor. You need to hire in the U.S. U.S. first policy. That was not even a policy. That was just more of a you should do this
Suggestion.
Acknowledging sensible risk mitigation. So obviously that means like making sure that we do this safely and there's AI alignment. And then it ended with like, spirit of the new golden age. We were the first to do so many things. We were the first to bring AI, and we need to dominate the future with AI.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this because I have this assumption that in order for all this to happen, the U.S. has to win this race as a country. Like the technology has to kind of be born.
Do you think this
Here?
is bigger than the nuclear arms race?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure. Like I also like forget the weapons. I'm also just what happens if Europe won? I mean, they won't, but like, it just sounds like it would suck. You know, it would be less
Wait,
good.
why do you say that?
I don't know. It would just like there'd be all these like rules and systems, and you'd have to like opt in 7 times before
France is
even like
just using it
opening
to
the
create
app.
New kinds of baguettes.
Yeah, it's just like
God.
not as
Can't
intuitive.
we do
Yeah, waiting
anything
for like the
different?
7th gen baguette.
And then like if China does it, okay, maybe it's authoritarian. If it's that much more authoritarian than the U.S. would be, I don't know. Arguably, maybe not. Maybe
I like that nuance.
yeah, maybe you know whoever just owns it ends up being
It is
authoritarian.
ultimately just a worldview, and both are authoritarian.
Yeah, I just feel better.
Yeah, one's just more on the nose.
We feel better because
Yeah.
we're
I
American.
mean, is it
Right.
possible to have a tech like this strong and have it like remain decentralized, or even be decentralized to start with? Because it's not to start with, obviously.
It's not just yeah.
Well, I don't think. What do you call decentralized? Like if it's owned by the Mag 7 and they have centralized versions of it, but there's like enough competition. Is that
Yeah, like everybody
decentralized?
has like access to basically AGI in their pocket. They can sort of, it's like open source to some degree, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Meta's doing really cool things. I mean, Meta wants to put a super intelligent AI in your pocket. They don't want to give you a bunch of agents. They want to give you your own personal AI. And a lot of companies, I think, will shift in that direction. So, and then you'll have your choice of programming and bias. That's what you're really choosing is like your bias, your security, your safety, who you prescribe to. You're buying a brand. You're buying Nike. You're buying Apple. That's what you're prescribing to when you utilize AI.
It's funny, like I was reading the summary of Yuval Harari's book Nexus, and in one of the summaries, he talks about he didn't in the summary at least, it didn't talk about U.S. AI or China AI. It was more like, no, you have to look at this as like an alien intelligence, this other thing that is not a human species that will eventually have access to all of the networks, right? Like at some point, you're going to hook in your email, your calendar, your contact list, your social media profiles. Like it will be just as connected to everything that a human is, and especially for certain humans in bigger power structures where they actually control things. And he didn't really look at it from a country lens. He's like, no, you just have to remember this thing is not from this earth almost. And I think he was framing it in like a threat view. But I don't know, maybe looking at it by country is not the way. But
I mean, okay, so what's happening here actually ties into the tangent I went on earlier, where I was just like, nothing fucking matters except this. So like, what the fuck? I think it matters a lot in the political sense because like if I'm like happy that Trump admin is doing this or like seems to care about it, because in the spirit of what I was saying before, like if somebody's running for political office right now and they're like, we have to like, you know, feed these people here or something. Like on the one hand, I'm like, yes, that's important. But on the other hand, I'm like, if you solve this problem, if you win this race, if you truly get like super intelligence, you feel like you figure out how to correctly harness it, then like infinite abundance can follow from that. And like all of these problems that we have as problems today that are like these intractable things that we feel like will never be solved could be solved. And to focus on other stuff is to sort of take your eye off that ball and to maybe, you know, sow the seeds of a future where you actually fail to do that, and then you end up shooting yourself in the foot. So, in some sort of fucked up sense, like when I hear like a lot like this, this is on both sides now because there's like kind of like a populist wing of both parties. I think they talk about like, oh, you care about this person here or this person here. What are we gonna do to like help that? And it almost like doesn't matter on like a 10-year horizon or a 20-year horizon. Like if you think like the end result is this like kind of godlike thing that basically creates near infinite productivity, then like everybody can kind of live in Armand's world of like infinite abundance where we're trying to figure out how to fill time and everything. And the worst thing to do would be to sort of like derail that, to be like, no, AI is the enemy. We got to preserve like these like cab driver jobs. We're going to preserve like these jobs from the robots.
I
and you
agree.
sort of,
I
like,
mean,
break
I was
that.
thinking about an alternative universe. What if we just, at this time when this technology was breeding, you didn't have an administration be like, we have to win. Instead, they were like, the slowdown button.
Could be
you
one of
know?
the biggest mistakes in retrospect in humanity.
Well,
I
right,
mean, like
'cause-
imagine what we did with nuclear, but like times like 1,000.
So like when Elon and Trump were first coming in, they were talking about austerity. That was like the big push, right?
which I think
it was
is
like it was
yeah,
Doge,
which is asinine.
and
like
and then like they clearly recognize that that's not going to work. And I'm seeing this pivot now where it's like, okay, we're gonna grow our way out
well,
of
not
this.
for Elon, and like I don't understand why Elon is like so big on austerity. It's just like the dumbest fucking shit ever for somebody who's like in the world of like AI allegedly. Like, don't you think the
Well,
end
to be
result of this
fair,
is?
we've been pro austerity many times.
I have been consistently anti-austerity for the entire duration of this podcast. Like, I think austerity is ridiculous. I think the play, obviously from a game theory perspective, like especially if you control the fucking currency that everybody is dependent on, and if you go down, everybody goes down with you. The play is definitely to fucking try to grow yourself
the
out
play
of stuff.
is most importantly to defend pole position. Like, and if you don't do that, then you're fucked. But if there's risk of China overtaking pole position, you're very vulnerable.
Yeah, but the way
So
China
that's-
overtakes pole position is via
Winning,
AI. It is
yeah.
not via financial
Correct.
stuff.
Which is why there's like the biggest arms race of all time.
Correct, which I agree with. So this idea of like financial austerity is just like it's like I think it's one of these things that 100 years from now people will look back on and be like, "Oh, that was hilarious." These people, it'd be like the equivalent of the people who thought like you put the leeches on yourself to like heal you when you were sick back in the day. It just doesn't make any sense. Like if the end goal, the end prize is this like ultra like wild sort of like super intelligence robotics like pot of gold where you just have like infinite productivity, infinite labor, all this stuff, infinite intelligence, then the idea that you were like clipping the budget here and there when you had the goddamn reserve currency and the ability to just print money to begin with, to derail yourself from that is just just insane.
They're
It's just
clearly
crazy.
doing that now. So
Which I think is like a good
And
thing.
they're doing it in like multiple vectors. So like
Yeah.
they're doing this AI push, but then they're also doing crypto push. Like there's been like 3 big things to pass through.
Yeah.
Like the Genius Act and
yeah.
several others. So it's like they're just like seeking growth wherever they can find it.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to what you're saying.
Yeah, but also to be clear, like in the medium term, what they're doing is probably going to like destroy a lot of their voter base. To be honest, because I don't know how you get from here to there, and like have all the middle class people be like hunky dory. So it's kind of one of these like classic problems where like how many sort of people do you ruin to get to this end goal where like everybody's better off, billions are better off forever? Like how many lives did you ruin in the meantime? This is a tough question. But I think that is like ultimately the end place you get in. You arrive at a place where you have the ability to have infinite abundance. It becomes like the ring in Lord of the Rings at some point where you're just like maybe you're corrupted by that power. It's too much. Maybe who has that power truly? Is it the government? Is it like a couple of corporations? Like,
Yeah.
do they work in tandem with the government? Like,
And
that's
we have
all.
to eventually destroy it. We have to throw it
It's
into
like Mission
Mordor.
It's like Mission Impossible.
I mean, humanity. It's funny because like, I don't even know if that's true. I was gonna say like humanity would be better off if we just threw it all into the volcano and went back to being chill.
No.
But that only applies to like Western society. There's like a lot of poor starving people on Earth.
You have to give it to Donald Trump, aka Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt. Wow.
Yeah, that's the answer.
I like the Mission Impossible.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, Donald.
Ethan.
Have you heard him talk about AI when he spoke at this thing? Oh, so
Oh,
good.
it's good.
He's like,
stuff.
people tell me it's a big deal.
Geniuses.
Yeah, geniuses.
A lot of geniuses.
I don't like the word artificial. Can we change the name? I don't like artificial intelligence. He goes on this whole rant about I don't like it. It's not artificial. We shouldn't call it artificial
Oh my
intelligence.
god.
He always does this thing where he throws the thing out there. He's like, AI, artificial intelligence, artificial. What does that mean? He says a thing and then he comes back to it, circles back to it.
That's
And
not that different than how Kamala talked, by the way. That's not that
AI
different.
stands for artificial intelligence.
So many stars. I love stars.
Space
Space.
It- defines us.
Oh
And
yeah, the
it
wicked laugh.
binds us.
I'm sorry. I hope everyone's viewing. 'cause
You guys,
Steven's
you
doing
guys ever ride those little yellow buses? You know, the ones with the wheels. They go around. They go around. Go around.
Yours
Sorry.
is like a wicked laugh. Hers more like a I'm kind of faded laugh.
She's
Yeah,
definitely
she's
fake.
so wine
Yeah,
drunk.
she's like rosé.
How is she
Yeah.
doing?
How is she doing? Nobody ever asks
Well,
anymore.
when she was
is she
vice
okay?
president, we didn't know how she was doing. I didn't see her for 4 years, and then she came out for like 30 days, and then now she's back to her cave.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Rip.
think the U.S. is gonna win?
Yes.
The AI race?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like to think so.
We have high probability.
Seems like we are kind of like limited on energy. Seems like the biggest thing
Wait,
that could
what?
fuck us
You-
up.
that's
wait,
part of the whole.
You just
initiative.
reminded me of one of the really amazing takeaways from that Tucker Federal Reserve pod. Was he identified like one of the biggest growth lever in society? First he was talking about how actually what drives everything is basically like credit creation.
Yes.
And he said, well, credit creation it entirely comes basically at the local level because the bulk of our economy, probably like, I don't know, like 80-something% of our economy is basically like small businesses. They do all the employment and everything. But like the only people who lend to small businesses are small banks. Like if you're a big bank, you don't lend to small businesses. And we have this society now where all the banks are getting condensed. They're just JP Morgans. They don't lend you any fucking money anymore. They don't
Right.
care about your fucking business, right? So what they did in China, like having, like somebody read his book, Princes of the End, back in the day. And one of the initiatives they did was to make like tens of thousands of small local banks. And their main directive was to like lend to local business. And it was one of the arms that they used to actually like juice the Chinese economy.
But Nick, you've been there. Like, do they have the same entrepreneurial rigor and spirit over there? Or
I think they do,
Yes.
but there's like a different thing layered on top of it that is.
I mean,
very different
I
from
have
this.
like there's like a little selection bias, right? Because I'm usually meeting like the owner of a factory. That's the only person I'm there to meet.
You're
so
meeting entrepreneurs.
They're naturally entrepreneurial, but you also see, like, just the pure effort put in by everyday workers. Like we went to China, and then our supply chain director went to Indonesia. I was telling you the other day, and they were just comparing like a simple task, like folding boxes. It's like a 6-to-1 ratio of how much a Chinese worker can get done versus an Indonesian worker.
Jesus.
So, I don't know. They definitely got the goods.
they got the work ethic.
Yeah, they do.
More so than the United States laborer.
Yeah, I mean, we need like electricians up the ass probably to build all these data centers out, and it seems like we're just at a dearth of them. So I don't know. It feels like we need to figure out the energy problem and the talent problem, the electrician.
But we don't lack from like a raw resources standpoint, I don't think.
No, I mean, I think that the capitalist system provides enough incentive for whoever's founding a company that needs electricity or needs electricians will find a way to do it. And the market may just say, okay, electricians are now worth $350,000
Okay, I
a
agree
year.
with that.
So,
But I'm also saying that like if Western Europe, for instance, had this same gumption, they would be limited by the raw materials, where the United States is kind of abundant in means to produce energy.
yeah. I don't know. I think he did some things about like limiting solar energy and renewable type of energies. I think he reduced the subsidies or took away the subsidies. I'm like, subsidize all the types of energy at this point, because you need to like double, triple how much we can output. Just shove everything at. In retrospect, like the Inflation Reduction Act that had all those energy and infrastructure, or was it the infrastructure bill that had all the subsidies? Either way, that was actually seemed like a good idea in retrospect.
I think people thought it was a good idea at the time.
Yeah,
too.
probably.
Or
But anyway,
other
I don't
things
know.
that were
I
bad.
hope we win. I just feel like worried about the energy output.
That's the hack, though. You're 17 right now. Just become a fucking electrician.
Yes.
Stack cash. Stack as much cash as possible till the robots replace you. You put it all in
NVIDIA.
robotics, tech, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Live in your fucking mom's basement and just escape the matrix. That's like your your best
Mom's
shot.
back. Rich mom's back.
Don't go to the University of Miami for
Yeah.
$700,000.
All right, let's see what else we had in here. I think there was like a juicy topic that we saved for Armand. Okay, do you want to do psychosis from AI or red flags?
Ooh, they're both good.
They're both very good.
Yeah.
They're both pretty evergreen.
You choose.
I could choose red flags. We've had enough AI talk.
Okay.
Intellectual red flags.
Yes, intellectual red flags.
So this is one of my favorite Twitter accounts.
How do you pronounce this?
Crème.
Premier.
Isn't this a white
Does
supremacist
anyone
Twitter
speak
account?
French? What?
I don't mean
Am I
to
following a white supremacist?
look.
How do you
A
know
lot of
that it
people,
is?
a lot of people are saying this is a white
Wait,
supremacist Twitter
I
account.
like this account.
Well,
that
you
make
know,
me a white supremacist?
look.
Is American Eagle a white supremacist?
It's white supremacist adjacent.
Oh. Wait, you're telling me Kramer is freaking white supremacist?
It might technically be white supremacist adjacent. I don't want to put words in his mouth, you know.
Okay, but I love his profile picture. Please put it on the screen. Eric.
Yeah.
It's on.
Okay. So Kramer says hating billionaires is a very reliable red flag. It's an excellent tell that someone is overconfident and poorly informed. So I would love to discuss that tweet, but also more deeply red flags that you have or you may see
Other red flags.
when it comes to certain people that you engage with in your environment. Like there's so many times in life where we walk around, we go to a bar, we go to a cafe, you hear somebody say something, you're meeting someone for the first time and you're like, yep, there were you and I, we're not meant for each other. That's not going to work for me.
I like that.
So I agree with this tweet.
Okay.
My fellow white supremacist.
Okay.
I agree with him. I think that in my younger Marxist days, I hated billionaires. I felt they were the problem. I felt that it was unjust. I was young and naive, and I didn't understand how wealth accumulation actually works.
And at the
Who,
time,
and who it benefits?
and at the time, you thought it was unjust because they just have so much more.
Yeah, I felt that it was
It's like
not,
too
there
much
was
disparity.
inequity,
Yeah, too much disparity.
but also that pretty much everybody that becomes wealthy is cheating.
Does on the back of grift and fraud and like
Tax evasion.
tax evasion, backhanded
Yes.
deals.
Yes. Do you guys think that's true?
This is like the okay. So this is like the leftist equivalent of like build the wall and a bunch of other stuff Trump says. Like Trump says a lot of things or has said a lot of things in the past, and if you look at them through the literal lens, people buy into it, and you're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, you moron? That's not true." But like what people are grasping onto is not like the literal meaning of the words, but it's like they strike at like some sort of deeper truth that is real, and then people grasp onto that. And he's good at like sort of getting to that truth with words that are simple but often imprecise, but they resonate with people, right? And the billionaires thing is the same way. Like I don't know how many people like really actually like hate billionaires or think billionaires like should not I think a lot of them do. A lot of them do, right? But like I think it mostly gets at a truth which is very real, which is that a lot of people have wealth in society and don't quote unquote deserve it in a particular way. Like this is the part where me and them differ, like cuz I agree with them. But like I think a lot of these people accumulate wealth because they sort of get in bed with the government or these things. Like they deviate from the free market. The government allows the free market to not happen. These people enrich themselves, and then like we shouldn't be in that spot, right? And then we're right there, and then they're like, you know what the solution is? We need more government. And I'm like, no, that the original lesson was
Okay, I see what you're
correct.
saying. So I think somebody who would argue on the side of billionaires would say they've created immense value for the local citizens and they've earned that money. And what Steven's saying is that they've probably captured some of that money by being close to the people in
Yeah.
power or the money printer or
And
whatever
like
you wanna
probably
call
some
it.
common ground that like we would have, and that probably you would agree with too, is like a lot of the billionaires we've created through like private equity, finance, like do those people legitimately create a bunch of value in society, or are they close to this sort of like regulatory money spigot, and they're able to like warp it and play all these fucking games? And like, how much better is everybody?
I mean, yeah, generally, I think a lot of the resentment towards billionaires is misplaced, and there's a lot of misunderstanding on where the benefit comes. But I do think there are a few areas where I could be like,
Yeah, me
I
too.
kind of agree with you here. Like,
Me too.
I think we all recognize, especially if you hang out with our peer group, there are definite ways the rich get richer that are not available to someone who hasn't made it yet. Whether it's like access to certain investment deals or tax codes that like only if you have money can you take advantage of. There's like so many different ways. And so that's one area where like, yes, once you get rich, you have an advantage to keep the snowball growing. But you have to get rich in the first place, and so the other part is like people who were rich without creating it. That's probably like an area where
Damn, you're like reading my mind.
yeah,
right now.
you could see where resentment would cause from
people
like
have a problem with not just only new wealth, but more particularly old money.
right, or old money passed down to like a younger generation.
Yeah, old money where it was like you didn't earn it, you didn't get the 0 to 1, it was just given to you, and you're misappropriating it. You're not using it in a way that is benefiting society. But I mean, Elon famously came out and was like, "I'm the biggest taxpayer of all time."
He paid the highest tax bill of all time.
Yeah, like
in 1 year.
Elon's a good example of this because Elon is, by the way, very close to being the world's first trillionaire. It's going to happen quite soon, and I think a lot of people look at that and they just go, "Wow, one man has $1 trillion. That's not fair. Like if we just took this money and gave it to other people, wouldn't the world be a better place?" And like I would first say like, well, no, you can't make people richer simply by giving them money. That's not how things work. I don't even think we have a
I
shortage
just
of money.
don't think people even understand how wealth works.
No, they don't.
Being
for sure.
a trillionaire doesn't mean I have $1 trillion in my bank account.
But the main question should be like, okay, you have $1 trillion. Did you create like more than $1 trillion of value for society? And if the answer is yes, then there's no problem with you having $1 trillion because every dollar you've created has been
it's
like
a percentage of ownership of all the value he's accumulated.
Yeah, and like I think with somebody like Elon, like if Elon's a trillionaire someday, and you ask like, did he create $1 trillion of value? I would be like, yeah, he did.
Electric cars alone, or rockets that
so
reland themselves.
I was going to share something very similar, but I think that the hardest part of becoming rich is the 0 to 1, right? And so if you can master and you can pass through the threshold of actually becoming rich in the first place as new money and doing the 0 to 1, then there's so much grit and sacrifice and suffering involved in that. And I don't think we respect that enough in our society. And then there's of course people that like, you're born into like one of the wealthiest families in America. You're a Walton, and you're just like you're born into it, and then now you have all this capital to allocate in the way that you best see fit. And a lot of people are like, but that's not fair, and you're lucky, and you're playing the game. And as Nick said, it just continuously snowballs because you have access to things that I don't have. The fact that the average American can't even make an angel investment, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's not fair. Why can't they get access to the same deals that the rich people can? And there's like countless examples of this,
Countless.
right? And so that's where I think the disparity exists. But for the most part, like it is a red flag. What other red flags do you guys have? I have one that
Like
I'll just
things
say.
people say where you're like,
Yeah,
oh god.
so I have one where it like turns me off. It's a big turn off, and I'm like, I don't think that I could ever be friends with this person in a really deep, meaningful way. When someone is just like, it's not worth it. Like the future is stark,
Like nihilistic.
nihilistic,
So
not
it's like
worth it.
It's like a pessimistic
It's not.
view.
It's a pessimist. It's a cynic. And the problem with a cynic, and my heart goes out to cynics, because cynics are just overly optimistic.
Yeah, and it's like an expectation that's not being met.
Correct.
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
That's all they are. They're just upset. They're just upset that reality
That's quite the judo move.
is not the way that they construct it in their minds that it should be. They're so dissatisfied with the state of reality that everything just perturbs them. They're just like, it just grinds their gears. And so then they've fallen into this hole of becoming a cynic and a pessimist. And for me, I'm like, I hear you, I see you, I understand why you want the world to be better, but you also have to have a component of gratitude to how you live your life. And if you don't have that, then you and I are not going to jive. We're not going to have fun together. So like those people rub me the wrong way. But again, my heart goes out to them.
Yeah,
But I can't do.
My
do
heart
it.
goes out to them.
And some, I assume, are good people.
Yeah.
Before we keep going, I want to prompt the chat. Like, do you have any
That's a good one.
Intellectual red flags.
Yeah, we're gonna get some
Ooh,
good.
I guess I didn't
Drop
really
them
think
in
of like
there.
intellectual ones. I was thinking more like
What did you think they were?
I don't know. I was thinking more like
Any.
people who are
People ones, yeah.
are rude to like service people, or when service people aren't
the
around, they
whole
like.
point of this was a.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just forgot that part.
No, I think we can just
No,
expand it to
expand it.
red flags generally.
People that are rude to people that they believe are below them is a huge red flag.
Even when they're not
100%
around,
agree.
like they just speak of them as if.
They're below them.
Yeah. People who like when a dog comes around, he's like friendly, looking at you, smiling, and they don't bend down to even give it a little touch. They're just like, hi. Like, how could you not? The dog's so happy and fluffy, and he just wants you to give him love, and you just can't.
I love that you went with all non-intellectual red flags.
I'm
here.
sorry. All right,
in his
well, I'll think of
feels
more.
right
Just
now.
the normal red
He's in his
flags.
feels. Let him.
I like it. Like he said, we're clearly striking a chord here.
Also, I get really suspicious of people who say things like that the pizza wasn't good, because like 99% of pizza is absolutely. It's even so disappointing right now.
Not
But like
here.
most pizza's good.
I'm like,
And
oh
so,
my God, that's me.
No, it's only degrees of good.
yeah, it's degrees of good. And so you gotta be like really.
I have never disagreed with
No,
anything
no.
you've
Big
said on this
line down the
podcast
middle on
more.
this one. Food snob alert.
Oh my
Food
God.
snob alert. It's got to be 10 out
Like
of 10
it
for
better
me.
be so fucking undercooked. It's basically still dough.
No, this
If
is
it's-
exactly what Armand described earlier. Where
Bro,
you
have
come
you
in with expectations
eaten
that are up
good
here and
pizza?
it's
Yeah,
met.
my
I've
pizza
eaten amazing
expectations
pizza,
are-
but like
Have
Ed said,
you?
It's just degrees of good. It's never really.
By the way,
terrible.
Steven, we should get a slice tonight.
We should. Like,
That
this
was
is making me hungry
life-changing.
for a
Yeah,
good
just so I can
piece
hear
of
you
pizza.
playing.
No. We're going to Slice House.
That
It's the
comment
best
broke
pizza.
my brain. There's definitely pizza that is like bad.
Most people be like,
Speed.
"Oh, frozen pizza." But frozen pizza
Pretty
is pretty
good.
good.
Yep.
Pretty
Yes,
good.
if it was originally a good hot pizza, it's good frozen.
Oh,
That's definitely
man.
true. And a lot of shitty hot pizza tastes better frozen, which is an interesting hack.
I think we're gonna like touch on a theme here because mine, I can go like intellectual, but I think mine are like rooted in the same idea of like pessimism. Like I don't like when people are just like negative all the time. However, I do find a caveat. If people are negative and funny about it, I actually love that. It's like the humor cancels it out.
It's dark. It's dark humor.
Yeah, and I actually think it's amazing. So I think that like, I think people can be rude but funny, and I'm like cool. People can be like pessimist and funny, and I'm like that's cool. As long as you have the humor to go along with it, I'm like,
I like your
I'll allow it.
2x2
I mean,
matrix.
some of the greatest comedians were just like very cynical. George Carlin. you
I think
know.
they're all kind of cynics in a way.
Yeah.
I think that one thing, like the original tweet said, somebody who's overconfident and poorly informed. Something that stands out to me is, particularly in politics, I think that basically everybody is poorly informed because we don't have all the information at hand. We have like what media has given us, and we use that to like get really rooted into a stance. And when I see somebody who's like totally rooted in a stance on politics, I'm just like,
yeah, you.
So
this
that's my
sucks.
other red flag is like very similar to yours. Is like anyone that is over idolizing an ideology, a religion. I'm like, when I see someone that believes their religion is the best religion, I'm like, do you know how you got your religion? Like, have you actually thought about this? You just woke up one day and you're born into it. For the most part, 90% of people, like or more, that are
Yeah,
like
the
extreme evangelists of
commonality
their
is that
religion.
you've been told.
You're just born in India and you just believe that being Hindu is the best.
Yeah, you both are saying that there's got to be like a little bit of slit of like humility about like what you actually know and understand.
You don't even understand what God is if you're saying things like that. You genuinely don't understand what you're talking about. It's overconfident and poorly informed. Poorly informed on the part of like the version of God that you have or the version of politics that you have is just based on your tribe.
Yeah.
And
What-
because
what
you
you've been told,
happened
yeah.
to be born into that tribe, you believe that that is the right one. That's a big red flag to me. Big time.
All right, Steven, give us some of your intellectual red flags,
God,
please.
I have a lot of them here. So my number one flag is flags in bio.
So Ukraine.
Oh, yours are gonna be good.
But that's ideology.
Which ties into what Eric's saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, and this isn't just Ukraine flag; it's also your profile pic is like a fucking Trump flag in the background. Like, I think all these things are equally fucking stupid.
What about pronouns? Is that on your list?
Look, I was thinking about putting pronouns in there, and if I'm being honest, like it is for me personally a red flag. I just don't want to offend anybody, be mean. Like I can't.
There's not many left, so don't worry.
That was really hard to pull out of you.
Yeah, like I wasn't gonna say it. It like rubs me the wrong way for like a whole reason that has nothing to do with a bunch of other stuff and a lot to do with. I'm not even gonna go down this rant right now, but so flags and bio, that's a big one. What else do I have here? Unable to digest conversations about generalizations. Like if I am like, X populate, like men typically, blah blah blah,
There
or
should
like
be a
women.
meme for this anecdote guy.
Yes. Yes, it is literally anecdote kind. Like whenever you respond, like like women are typically bad at throwing baseballs. Like somebody would be like, "Well, I have a friend I went to high school with who threw a baseball farther than me," and it's just like, that to me is like number one red flag. Like I just can't have a conversation with you. Like if you think that is a rebuttal to the thing I'm saying, it's just that's just fucking
their brain
ridiculous.
doesn't understand basic statistics.
Yes, and then the offshoot to that is like person who gets offended for other people anytime I say anything, even though they have no connection to that thing. How could you say that? It's just like, well, is what I'm saying wrong?
When I
It was
say
just
the
like,
generalization and you get offended.
it's just like, is what I'm saying wrong? And then it's just like, I'm not. And then the next red flag is, well, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Well,
This is like a normal conversation Steven has with a stranger, and he's just listening to
Steven-
the sequence of the
Steven's
conversation.
dinner when
It was one convo. He just wrote it down.
every group dinner where a new person shows up that he doesn't know. That's
Oh,
the-
that's great. That's entertaining.
God.
Keep going, please.
Here's a good one. Retail is coming.
what?
That's
Yeah.
a crypto. That's a crypto.
Oh,
thing.
retail.
That's a
is coming.
finance
Retail
one.
investors
Oh,
are
sorry.
coming.
Yeah, I've been out of the game for a while. Jesus, I forgot about that one.
What about the institutions are coming?
That
okay
one,
with
I
that?
have tolerance for that one. That one makes a little more sense. This is also a finance one. Doesn't understand unit bias.
Oh, I got a good one. When they're like,
BlackRock is buying.
BlackRock is buying.
Oh my
BlackRock
God! I hate
owns-
BlackRock is buying.
BlackRock owns 30% of the S&P 500 companies, and you're like, okay, well, we're just gonna stop here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good one.
I'm gonna leave this conversation. Okay, you're spurring on good ones.
No, keep jumping in because I'm running out.
Okay.
I'm running out here. What else did I have? Oh, correlation, causation.
Yeah.
Good one.
I hate that one. What is that? Is that one funny?
I
did
just see it a lot. Yeah.
You're agreeing.
God.
That was an
Yeah,
agreement
yeah, yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
You said something else like 10 minutes ago that made me think of a new one, and I forgot it because I'm drunk.
Did he piss you off?
No, he said a thing that I thought was insightful, and I was like, oh, that reminded me of another thing I hate, or that flags me, way flag, and I forgot.
Ideology.
No.
That was 5 minutes ago. Sorry, Steven.
Oh. The other one, the other one that drives me nuts is when people value like everything more than like humans.
Okay, this is a hot button issue, but people will often do this with their dogs.
Drives me nuts.
But Ziggy's
But
very important in your
that
life.
is actually not to one up you, but that is the real thing that they're prescribed to. Is it doesn't matter.
I actually think if
They've given up on humans.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Like you've got the whole order of everything
Yeah,
wrong.
it's
It's
all
like you
wrong.
like rocks more than people.
Yeah.
I think if
Okay,
like
that's-
there was a car gonna hit Ziggy or like some strange human that you had no emotional connection to,
Don't make him do this.
I'm
Don't
just saying
make him
he
do
would go
this.
dive and get Ziggy out of the way.
I mean, if I reflexively did it, I would probably reflexively dive for Ziggy. But do I think like that would be a thoughtful, moral thing? Like, no,
No,
probably
you'd
not.
have guilt your whole life after it. but
For
yeah.
sure. But I know people who are like, yeah, like of course I would save the dog.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who like put these hypotheticals with like just some random human and like a puppy, and they just throw the human in the trash. You know?
It's a hard one to touch because this is gonna. I think like 50% of the people are.
Like
gonna hate
puppies are
this.
cute, but like humans are more important than puppies.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
because you're a
So there are a
non-red
lot of people
flag.
that don't believe that.
There's tons of
I
people
think
who
it's
don't believe
50%.
that. Like the girl who I know, who I may have hypothetically told to kill herself in a purely thought-based, just a pure thought exercise, right? It's purely in a isolated box of thought-based. I look like Trump now.
You are exactly doing his mannerisms.
This is not just thought exercise.
There are too many humans. Well, go kill yourself if you think so. You start.
You first.
You first.
All
Okay,
right.
so this
Oh
is
my
this is like
God.
a bigger topic for me that like I think this is like kind of all encompassing, but there's like a large swath of people who can't do what you just said, which is the thought exercise. They can't like talk about something theoretically because once you bring it up, they get like triggered about the idea itself and then like
I-
get lost in that.
Can I put a different can I put it in a word?
Yeah.
It's an inability to depersonalize,
Yeah.
and most people suffer from this.
It's like so common.
It's the most common thing. When
It's
you
awful.
the reason this podcast is popular and the people that listen to it is because I genuinely believe that this community and these hosts, you, my friends, have an ability to depersonalize every single topic that we discuss. Whether it's about Sydney Sweeney or what's going on with Israel and Gaza or what's going on with AI and how it might affect me, I can depersonalize it and you can depersonalize it and say, objectively speaking here, what does the messy gray look like? And most people cannot do that. They genuinely cannot.
Are there any other behavioral biases that come into play? Like, I also get red flagged when there's like just blatant recency or primacy bias, like in a conversation, where you're just like, well, no, you're just saying that because that just happened, but like, don't you remember all these like other things that
sort
just
of like
happened?
all the cognitive and emotional biases are pretty awful.
Yeah, and I mean,
Confirmation bias.
I'm not saying I'm like I mean, I've definitely fallen to it too, but it's just like when you see it, you're like, how do I explain this to you? You just feel that way because that just happened.
This tweet is basically saying my red flag is Dunning-Kruger, Like overconfident,
Is it?
poorly informed is Dunning-Kruger. Or overconfident in your capabilities is Dunning-Kruger.
it says bring
But
up feedback.
overconfident in your
Oh.
knowledge
Ooh,
is
I have a kind of a fun one that I just thought of, and this is
Alan.
particularly like for us. I think it's like this is for us, but it's like it could apply to anybody who's like elevated in their thought, who's not like what Armand said, who is able to depersonalize and able to talk about ideas. When you're talking about the idea, I found that when you're like debating an idea, sometimes the person you're talking to is not trying to get closer to the truth with you. They're trying to win the debate.
huge.
You know
red
what I'm talking
flag.
about?
Yeah, huge red flag.
Okay, so it's not like a red flag. It's just like something that irks me. It's like something that grinds my gears. It's like, hey, we're on a journey together. Why is this now like a you versus me thing?
Because they
But
brought their belief to
But
the,
it is
that brought the
it is a
conclusion.
red flag in the sense that like you don't really want to be in a conversation with someone that truly only wants to prove their point.
Wants to
You
win.
want to be in an intellectual discourse with someone that is open to exploring the truth with you.
I think
That's what you want. That's
I
what
think-
all people.
Alfalfa's very good at that. Like
Oh, yeah.
our community, us.
The fucking best.
Yeah,
the fucking best. at it.
You got a good compliment last week, and if I could quote it, it said, "I like him. He asks a lot of questions and seems genuinely interested in
He's
what I have to
genuinely
say."
interested.
I'm very
That's why we're
interested.
friends with him.
I think I asked the most questions on the pod.
And
Yeah,
I was like,
you did.
"That is an accurate description
But
of
you're
Eric."
a
actually.
barbell because then you'll also have the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
strong opinions
Drops
about
the
something.
dick.
But
Yeah.
probably loosely held. I think
Yeah.
strong opinions loosely held is probably the
Yeah, I'm quick to go to the R word as well.
yeah.
Yeah, the caveat here is like once the drink level hits like
Yeah.
7, then the words start coming out.
Curiosity
God,
goes to the back.
I want to
Yeah.
relive that Cowboy Star dinner we had where Eric is
Yeah.
screaming at Steven. Oh, it's so good.
Just R word.
Yeah, we were just sitting there watching like, what's happening? This.
It was like one of David
Railing.
Hoffman's first times hanging out with us too.
He's like, do we usually
I
upset
think
the
it
whole
was like-
restaurant when we hang out, or is
Sorry.
you guys do this a lot?
Sorry.
All right, let's get a few. There's a few chat ones in there. R2 Guate says dogmatic people, meaning people that believe something as dogma and can't even discuss it. Of
Yeah.
course. False says divorced women who blame everything on their ex and take no accountability.
Good one.
Yes.
Ooh, wow, that's an interesting one.
What?
Got a quote in there you want to read?
Falses. No, divorced women
Yeah.
who blame everything.
I mean, it goes
Right.
both ways.
Both ways,
It-
I'd say,
it
yeah.
totally goes both ways, but you see it more.
Wait, do you agree with this Rocket quote? Pizza's like sex, even when it's bad, it's good. This
Yes.
quote has always
Yes.
rubbed me the wrong way.
This is exactly what Nick and I are saying.
no,
it's
this
just like-
quote is fucking ridiculous. You guys never had bad sex? Of
Yes,
course you
but,
haven't,
like,
because you
at
think
the
you
end of
haven't
the
had
day,
bad
you-
pizza.
You got laid, and at the end of the
No,
day, you got to eat
no.
pizza.
There are many times you have sex where it's just like, wow, that was. I would have rather have not done that.
It means you didn't like
I
belly
ever-
flop on your dick
serious?
during
Have
it.
I
You
ever
know,
had-
It's-
Have you ever had pizza where I'm like ashamed of myself afterwards?
Yes,
Same with sex.
yes, yes. I should not have eaten that pizza. That pizza was terrible.
Oh my god, that's the perfect way to describe it.
I get it now.
So you
Wait, and your
still-
conclusion is like still pretty good?
You're
I'm
still
saying
on the
they're analogous.
wow. You're ashamed of it.
But it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never identified with this quote at all. At all.
Bad sex is the worst.
It's terrible.
There's nothing worse than
You
that.
feel bad about yourself. You feel like yeah. It's just
You're like-
like
Greasy.
A little bloated afterwards.
you're like lying there. You're like, did Jesus see that? Like maybe he was like in the bathroom.
Regretful.
Do I tell anyone about this?
And yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I don't tell anyone.
Uh,
All right, guys. It's a good place to wrap it.
Yeah, sure is.
Thanks, chat. Thanks for joining in on the fun. Always a lot more fun when you guys
So
are here
much
with
fun.
us. Oh, we forgot to tell Armand and Steven, Eric and I are going to be out next week.
oh my God.
What
Yeah.
in the hell?
So
Both of you?
I
New-
can't wait
new
if
flow
Armand has
episode.
to touch the buttons for him
No,
to try to
Steven,
speak.
That's all
and-
you. That's all you, brother.
Okay, here's another thing we should probably talk about is Alfalfa Palooza.
Please do.
Just keep on. Let's keep on teasing it.
I don't want to tease it anymore. Like I thought there was no interest in an Alfalfa Palooza, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'll book a house." And then suddenly, like 20 people were like, "Oh, I want to come."
Catch me up. What are we doing?
So it's oversubscribed already.
It's oversubscribed.
Really?
There's no more room. Well, no, people can still come hang, but the house is full.
People
There's
want to come be at the
people
house.
are sleeping on floors, couches,
I knew this
air
would happen.
mattresses.
I knew it. I
People,
was like,
people are apparently just shy. They didn't want to
Yeah.
be the first one, but
Right.
once they realized it was happening, everybody's going now.
So I think what I would like to suggest is like for anybody who wants to come, just book a place nearby and come hang, and
yeah.
you're welcome with open arms.
Can we actually start next episode and title it Alfalfa Palooza and make this like a 150 person
Let's
thing?
blow it up.
Let's blow it up.
I don't want it to be that big.
Come on, Project X, dude.
Everybody, American Eagle.
This is like old, I want an old
I
school type party.
forgot
I
about
want an old
Project
school
X.
par- No,
Wow.
I want
That's a
Mitch.
deep cut. That was a sick
Remember
movie.
Mitch? Mitch is coming out. Like we're just
Holy shit, Project X reference.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude.
I like literally hadn't thought about that movie in 20 years.
Think about old school. Remember the party? Snoop Dogg comes.
Snoopaloop.
Snoop.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Wait, we should have a surprise appearance. We gotta start planning.
Yeah, who can we cameo?
That sounds like a great thing to do if we had money.
You don't need money. We have Steven Cesaro. You can pull. Some
Yeah, it's not going to be a
strings.
surprise if
You
I'm
can
there.
pull some strings, dude. You can get somebody. Get a
No.
local,
Yeah, get some
local
celeb.
fame, you know, radio DJ.
Maybe get you like a niche OnlyFans model.
Nobody's gonna have a problem with that.
Whoa. First of all,
Nobody's.
how can you get that?
No problem there.
Stop asking so many questions.
Yeah, right. I'm a king of questions.
So Alfalfa Palooza.
Best no more questions like this for the
dates?
sake.
September
19th?
September 19th.
September
weekend.
19th weekend.
I think that's the date.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, baby.
Be there or don't be
we
there.
still
you know,
say that?
whatever.
You know.
Mhm.
I see what you're doing. The takeaway sale.
Yeah, you don't have to come.
Yeah, hey, man, yeah, you know, yeah, you know, whatever, dude. All right, I've had enough mezcal.
All right, somebody has to hit end.
Oh, yeah, Armand, hit the button.
All right.
Thank you.
Later, everybody.
How do I end it?
I don't know.
Wait, I think he already ended it. We've just been talking to ourselves.
Wait, no, did he?
I don't know.
No. Go to the other tab.
Here we
It says live. Yeah, end
Okay.
it.
Oh.
God.
I'm still in it. I don't see an end. Bye.